Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone has had a good day so far. I hope everyone had a good weekend as well. Because it's been a couple days, because I'm taking weekends off for the most part now, which is still feeling a bit weird, but we did it. And it was good that I did this week because we ended up being very, very busy. Let me just change screens really early before I forget. Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome on in. We're just going to be doing stickmen again today because as I have just announced in the Discord, but what I will be announcing here soon, we are going to be stopping doing the stickmen for a month while we do Boobtober. So I need to get as many stickmen as possible done now because, let me just check, that did post. Yes, it did post. Okay. Yeah, as soon as October starts, we're full Boobtober mode. So I've got like 1 week left of stickmen and then a month off and then back to stickmen. Kim, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. So yes, I did make this announcement in the Discord just now because I figured a lot of people were going to miss it because we don't normally stream or start streaming at this time. So I was like, that's fair. Honestly, can't blame anyone. This is a weird time for us. But what I wanted to say was I'd had a good think about it. And when it comes to Boobtober, no stickmen with boobs. Yeah. When it comes to Boobtober, I like to go very full, like 100% to Boobtober, right? It is an event that I started, it's an event that I'm very passionate about, and also I'm going to be very busy with helping a lot of other people out as well. It just doesn't feel the right time to also be doing a personal celebration. So the stickman is to celebrate hitting 4,000 followers, which is still very heckin' exciting. 4,000, I said the right amount. Yeah. But it's a celebration of like this channel, right? Whereas Boobtober is all breast cancer awareness over Twitch. So it doesn't really feel right to do the stickman while Boobtober is going on. For other people it'd probably be fine, but as the organizer it's like, So we're just going to focus on Boobtober once October hits. I had kind of been thinking that's what I would do if it ran into October, and clearly it is. So yeah, I'm okay with that. But I wanted to make everyone else aware, because otherwise it's just going to be a whole month of, if you've given up on the stickmen, no, I'm not giving up on the stickmen. I'm just focusing on charity, which personally I think is more important. And also, again, I'm very biased because it is an event that I organize and I started. I obviously want to put a lot of my energy towards that, and I am very, very excited. So for those who don't know, Boobtober is a month-long event, although I am specifically in charge of the raid train this year. It is a month-long event where everyone raises money and awareness of breast cancer. So October is already Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We did not start that. That is a long-running thing. During October, people are encouraged to learn a little bit more about breast cancer, to hear some stories of people that have gotten through breast cancer, and just learn generally about like what it is, what the signs are, and how you can look after yourself best, because once again, anyone can get breast cancer, man and women, and non-binary. Unfortunately, that doesn't get you out of it. Anyone can get it. So yes, it's just a month where you learn what it is, you kind of learn a little bit more about the signs and how to best protect yourself, and yeah, that's what it is. Boobtober on Twitch, we also raise money for BCRS, which is the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. They do worldwide research, so their research helps everyone over the entire world for breast cancer, because they are the people that do stuff to do with preventatives, as well as, you know, they look at different cures, different treatments, hopefully one day a full cure for breast cancer, but they've already made huge strides as far as treatment and early detection goes, so we raise money for them, because once again, those are things that help everyone over the entire world. You made it? Oh, did you? Oh, good on you. Hell yeah. I obviously, I hope nothing has happened in your life too much that is too close to cancer, but very heckin' cool of you. Also Unpredictable, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Unpredictable is taking part, but Unpredictable has also been helping me a hell of a lot behind the scenes with Boobtober. They have introduced it to a lot of new people, which means I have been introduced to a lot of new people, which is very heckin' exciting. It's been really cool as well. So I have been floating around the internet as I do, and over the last couple weeks I have been popping into streams where I don't go regularly, and people are talking about Boobtober, and I've never met them before. And it's like, what? it's mad. It's really odd going into a stream where you've never been in it before and hear them talking about the event that you run. So yes, it's very heckin' exciting. We've been shouted out by some pretty big streamers. What I will say, and I'm gonna put this in the Boobtober Discord later, if you have not signed up to be part of the Boobtober team, I would really recommend it, because when these big streamers are looking at Boobtober, they're looking at the team, which means if you want to be one of the people they're like talking about, get on the team. I know I sound really naggy with it because I'm asking people a lot, but I promise it's for your own benefit to join the team, because it makes it really easy to credit the hard work that you do for charity and stuff like that. So I am going to be emphasizing it a little bit this week, especially after yesterday, where we were linking the team to, again, bigger streamers than I don't want to name any names because that's not really fair, but yes. And they were wanting the list of streamers taking part. So the easiest way we can give them the list, rather than invite people to the Discord, is to show them the Boobtober team page. So if you haven't joined the team, there's a how to sign up channel in Boobtober. One of the first links there will give you an invite to join the Boobtober team on Tiltify, because that is what gets shared to the charity. It's also what is getting shared to other streamers that are shouting the event out. Yes, please join. It's honestly, it doesn't benefit me, but it could benefit you. Oh dear. Oh, you just said close to donate, and that was the closest charity shop. Hell yeah, to be fair. I think, so when I visited my family the other day, they showed me this television program, which I cannot remember the name of, but it does talk about like the stuff you have in your house. And I was thinking, because I'm not too bad with hoarding at this point, like I only buy things when I need it, but I still have like a pretty big backlog of clothes that just don't fit me anymore. Like I've changed weight a lot over the last few years. So like, I probably could donate some of them. I just need to go through them. This is what we want. It is. Also, Worries, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I get my campaign. It's not your campaign. It is just the team. It is just the team. I'm not expecting anyone to finish their campaign today, necessarily, but there is a link to join the Tiltify team, and that's what I'm recommending people to do, even if you're not ready with your campaign, even if you can't publish anything yet, because it's just a, yes, I'd like to join the Tiltify team, and that's all you have to do. And that means when you're being shared, or like for instance yesterday the team was shared on a bigger stream, anyone who wasn't on it yesterday didn't get shared, and it doesn't feel fair because I know a lot of you are doing the work, but it is the only way we can very easily share it. So get in there. Shifty, how do you do, fellow streamers? How do you do, Shifty? And Epi, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. We're gushing a little bit about Boobtober because there's a lot of very exciting things happening. Oh, you do all the clicky things at once? That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Obviously to your own comfort level as well. I just don't want people to feel like they're missing out, you know? You're doing well, thank you. You did a portrait of a dog that you've been building in Minecraft. Oh my god! So did you finish the blanket one, the one with the difficult pink fluffy blanket? Wonders on in. So good people, and Jelly, who hasn't got a migraine, brings out the hammer. I had one earlier. I've just come out of one, so I'll be going into another one later. I don't need one right now. Oh dear, so tired. So much food. To be fair, I think that would tire me out as well. I'm very jealous because I would have loved to have had your diet this weekend. That sounds amazing. But I imagine it's quite like... I've been living out of a suitcase for last year, so it's like, oh, you can't really have a lot of things that you don't use. Honestly, I guess it keeps the minimalism and like, you know, not hoarding to a minimum if you don't have the space for it. For us, we just can't see a lot of the stuff we own because it's all in boxes, which Shifty has now seen our building site. But yeah, because all of our stuff is boxes, we can't see it, which means it is easy to forget that you have stuff when you can't see it. Oh dear. Recovering from Comic-Con, did you have a good time? I hope that you had a good time. Hell yeah. There we go. Click the join. Yay! Unpredictables in the team. Hell yeah. You shared it? Oh wait, you shared in Discord. Brr. Brr. Oh, there. Oh, it is with the dog. I just remember the pink fluffy blanket and being like, I don't know how you're gonna do that pink fluffy blanket. That looks amazing. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, amazing. I don't even want to know how long that's taken you, but that's fantastic. Oh dear. Also, Sonny, hello, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. I'm having a bit of a gush about Boobtober because we've got so many people. So I said this like 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna say it again because I'm really excited about it. We have so many people sharing Boobtober this year that in the last couple weeks, I've gone into streams that I've never been in before, that I don't follow, gone in for the first time, and walked in on them talking about Boobtober. And like, it's like a, what? Like, I don't know these people. How do they know my event? It's so exciting. Like yesterday, I know who shared it with them. I saw them. I know who shared it with them, and I won't out you. but thank you. But we walked into a stream yesterday, bigger streamer than me, far bigger, and they were just talking about it, and they were sharing the Tiltify page, they were sharing the Tiltify team, and I was like, I walked in on it. I walked in on it, and I was like, I feel awkward following now. Hello, that's my event. Thank you. Thank you for shouting at all the streamers in the team as well. Very hecking cool. It was my first Comic-Con, spent way too much, but it was awesome. You're planning for the next one. I feel like that's every Comic-Con for me. It's the artist alley that gets me, because I'm not so big on official merch. Like, there's occasionally things that I want, but Artist Alley ruins me every single year. Every single year. I'm like, I don't have the art, like the money for all of this art, but I do want the art. Like, last time I went, I had somebody draw me as a goblin. They drew me as a goblin. How can I say no to art like that? Oh, sorry, what is Boobtober? Boobtober, oh, thank you, Sonny, bless you. A basic rundown of Boobtober is Breast Cancer Awareness Month is October, so Boob, October, Boobtober. And it's basically just talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. And yeah, it's an event that I started 3 years ago. I have a history of as being a post-surgery fitter. So post-surgery fitters are people that, it is, bear in mind, not just breast cancer, it is also transitional enlargement and reduction, but because we were via the NHS, it was very much predominantly breast cancer, and we're the people that will fit you before you have your first surgery, so that you have all your binders, so the places where the tubes and the drainage happen. We get your bras leading past that, and then for the first year after treatment, normally we'll help you out. So just getting you whatever you need. If you are like changing size a lot, which a lot of people do, go from swelling, reducing. Some people have a mastectomy and then a later reconstruction. We're the people that do all the fitting through that period of time for you. So it is like a very specialist bra fitter that works with hospitals. Yes, that was my job. I did that for 5 years. I had to leave because of health issues, but because of that, breast cancer is incredibly close to my heart. During the pandemic, we weren't able to do our usual breast cancer awareness events where we'd get lots of people who had gone through breast cancer. We'd do catwalk shows, we'd do massive events with everyone drinking and having nice snacks. But because a lot of the people that have breast cancer are immunocompromised, COVID was very, very dangerous for a lot of them. During the pandemic, we had to shut down all fundraising, we had to shut down all awareness spreading just to keep people safe. And obviously that was very upsetting. That's something that I did a lot of work for before starting Twitch. It was something that I cared a lot about. So I decided that, well, we couldn't do it in person. Let me do at least some sort of form of event on Twitch. And so 3 years ago, I did the first Boobtober. Now, Boobtober originally, by the way, I want to make this really clear, it was just gonna be me. It was an event that I made for myself because I didn't think anybody else was gonna join. And so like in July or something, I mentioned, oh, by the way, guys, I'm planning on doing an event in October. You guys know that I'm a breast cancer fitter. Because we can't do our events in person, I thought I might just do the event we'd normally do in person online and just raise a bit of money, but mainly just talk about breast cancer and awareness. It's just something that I wanted to do. And immediately I had several of the streamers be like, can I join you in doing that? I know you're saying that's just like you're doing yourself, but can I join you? And I was like, well, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm already doing it for myself. If you want to join, you can. We had I think we had 25 people join in total. They just joined. I didn't invite them. They just joined. and Boobtober started like that because, again, it was something that I was only ever going to do for myself. And then after talking to my community, after other streamers hearing about it, they were like, hey, I would also actually really appreciate if you included me. I want to raise money and awareness for breast cancer too. Breast cancer is close to my heart for this, or I just really want to get to know a bit more. And so, yeah, it was just going to be for me. And then this year we got 70 people in the Discord who are curious about taking part. So it's really grown over the years. Again, this is now the 3rd year. Since the first year, we have had it more open to the community and anyone else can join. We make sure that we have lots of things to help you sign up if it's your first charity stream and all that kind of stuff. We're a lot more organized than we were the first year because, once again, the first year was just going to be me. But yeah, no, it went really, really well. We've raised over 15,000 for charity now. We're hoping to raise over 10,000 just this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do go above. I have in mind some ideas of some stretch goals that I might commit to. I think some other people have talked about stretch goals they might commit to if we hit it, so we are going to try and raise money. I do say that with breast cancer awareness is always front and center though, so however much money you raise, even if you only raise $1, if you spread to your community,
what breast cancer is, the signs to look out for, and just talk about going to the doctors, you've done a great job. Like, literally, that's what breast cancer awareness is all about. It's about spreading awareness. Money raising for fundraising is great, but you know, awareness is really first and foremost. Let me catch up on chat. I don't have the walls for the art, and yet I want all the art. Comic-Cons are deadly for art. There's so many good artists. Somni, Chimity. Can anyone fart on purpose? That's actually true. Good question. Past me. Can anyone? Because I can't. I will support you and the jelly and let me know. Oh, bless you, Epi. If you want to stream for it, exclamation mark Boobtober, join the Discord, because you have all the resources there for it. Otherwise, we're going to be shouting out as many streamers as we can throughout it, where we, because I'm not doing my campaign till the 12th, which means for the first 12 days, the links will not be to my campaign. They're going to be to everyone else's. That's the plan, at least. Also, Ashley Robert, thank you so much for the follow. Good morning, welcome. We're talking about boobs, but welcome on in. It was so wholesome. It was. I am messing around a little bit. Like, the first year, I was genuinely surprised, because it was a campaign I was only making for myself. I'd never run an event by myself before. While I'd helped out a lot with like in-person breast cancer events, and I'd done that for many years, I was never the leader on my own. And so then I was, and I was genuinely surprised how many people just came along for the journey. It was like, oh, okay, welcome on in. It was really nice. I'm gonna get boobies on her forehead. Yeah, that's a nice pair of tits. To be fair, I do have, can you see it? So I have 2 lumps on my forehead, here and here. So like, I have the, what do you call it? It's very difficult. There's one of them. There's a little one there. You can kind of see it. I have 2 little lumps. So listen, just get like a little nipple tattooed in the middle of them. If we raise 1 million, I came in and had Final Fantasy 9. Ash, Final Fantasy fan. Hell yeah. Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of 9. We're currently going through and I'm going to be embroidering all of the little guys. I've done Vivi. I've drawn Garnet. I'm actually quite pleased with my Garnet plans. Yeah, because she was a bit difficult to get small, so I decided to do her in her first gear. Yeah, I love it. Welcome, welcome. I hope you raise everything you hope to and more. Hell yeah, I'm very excited for this year. Also, the raid train is filling up. We have like whole half days planned already. Again, it's something that I'm keeping an eye on as people, so I've like got a plan kind of being drawn up. You have until technically the 11th, but what we're going to ask is a little bit earlier. So basically, I'm going to be releasing the whole raid train information on the 10th of October. There will be a ping about this in the Discord on Wednesday, because Wednesday is 2 weeks until raid train. If you are planning to take part in the raid train, please get in earlier rather than later, and the 10th is the hard deadline. If you come in after that, we'll do our best to fit you in, but we can't promise you anything, and you won't be part of the official like timetable, just because it takes a while to draw all of that up. So you have till the 10th of October, hard deadline. Anything past that, we can't guarantee you being in there. We will try, we will definitely try. It's just a lot of streams to keep an eye on, and we are still a relatively small team. I'd motivate your forehead. Thanks. That's so nice. Hell yeah. Are they from treatment? Don't gotta answer. No, I've hit my head a lot. I've just really bashed this thing in. So I had like I did a really good number on the center where I hit something like this and it went chunk. And so I cracked down the center of my head, and then when it healed, it just healed with slight lumps on the side. So like if you get younger pictures of me, I don't have it, but then past a point I do. Yeah, just whacked my head an awful lot. Oh, there, you can kind of see it now. You see the little like booba here and here? There's my little head booba. I could probably emphasize it with a pen. I don't stream, but would quite happily run either a D&D campaign or a Pokemon tournament to help. I mean, if you want to, obviously it would be difficult to, if it's not live on stream, it would be difficult to incorporate you as a raid target if you're not on maybe that isn't actually difficult to explain. We might not be able to offer you some of the same benefits as other people taking part, but if you want to raise money for breast cancer, if you want to raise money for BCRF, highly encourage anyone to, because like it is one of those things, anyone gets breast cancer. We have, for instance, File did a really good job explaining what their campaign was going to be about on their Discord the other day, where they were like, listen, I want to raise money for breast cancer awareness. I'm going to focus on male breast cancer. I want to help remove some of the stigma of men going to the doctors. And like, honestly, it's not what you think of. It's not what you think of when you first think of breast cancer, but it's really important. So yeah, we have people taking it from all sorts of different angles. And yeah, booba on the brain. I always have booba on the brain. Speaking of booba on the brain, do I need to respond to this right now? I can. Oh dear. Okay, I'll respond to that afterwards, but I will keep that up so I do respond to it afterwards. I just don't want to accidentally read it aloud. Dear. All funds raised. If you are sending them, can I share this with you now? I don't know if I can. I probably can't. We will have a team Tiltify which you can directly donate to. So if you do raise any money and you wanted to put it towards the team amount, we will have a team Tiltify where you can just send it right to that. The reason I suggest doing it like that is when I don't like taking money personally for charity events. I think it's difficult to trace and track, and I want people to be able to see their donations from the dono straight to the charity, if that makes sense. I don't want there to be any middlemen. So what I'll do is, Epi, actually I might just send it you in a DM. I'm not sharing it publicly just yet because again, people are still setting up their campaigns, so we don't want to be receiving donations too early because it stops people editing their campaigns. But I'll send it to you via a DM so that you have it for when you want it, because you can donate to the whole team total, if that's okay, Epi. But yes, I would normally put it in chat as well, but it's just, yes, we have to be a little teeny tiny bit careful just in case anyone donates to someone's individual campaign and stops them editing it, because that would be a bit mean. I don't think anyone would do it on purpose. It would probably come out of a place of, oh, I love this streamer, let me donate early, but then they can't edit things anymore. Here is the team page for if you want to do an IRL event, but donate to Boobtober. Please don't share until October. There we are. I got you, Epi. Oh dear, that should do it. Yeah, sorry. Again, normally I would put it just like in the chat and I share it with everyone. I'm just being a little cautious while people are still setting up. But come October, you're gonna have everyone's there, so get prepared. We'll get you that. Oh dear. Anime, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I do it for a laugh, but you'd ruin someone's campaign. I don't think that's funny. I think that's taking gesturing too far. Boob on the Brain, my favorite Rihanna song, my favorite. Hi Anime, I hope you're doing well. Robert just added me on Discord. Oh ma. Thank you, Finders member. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Epi. I really appreciate it. If you do get any like good photos or anything like that, please do post them in Boobtober's Discord, and like we want to celebrate people who are working hard and raising money for charity. So if you do happen to do an event in person, if anyone does an event in person, please like share any documentation with us. We'd love to add you in. We are going to be doing a big special thanks stream at the end, so like my last stream of the month where we do all the giveaways. We're also going to be talking about everyone's individual campaigns with highlights and stuff like that. So if your highlight isn't on Twitch, just let me know so we can still add you into that. I've already got a list of special thanks. I'm not telling you if you're on there, but I've got it. I've been sharing them with other people, like, these are the special thanks, and they're like, we need to add one more, and it's like, okay. Cedar, good morning. I hope you're doing well. And Snack, good morning. I hope you're both doing well. Welcome on in. We're sailing good. I had a bit of a rocky start, to be honest, but we're doing much better now. So yes, we're doing good. Oh, they're caught in 4K. Caught you, Shifty. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Please don't. Wait, is it the art or the cosplay or the whale? Because honestly, he's pretty cute. Look at his little face. He's such a good bean. He's so good. Look at him. He's so, and he's got his friend on his bottom. I love his little derpy face. He's so good. Oh, bless you. Oh, you. The forehead boobs could be the forehead boobs. I could emphasize them a little bit more. I get some wrinkles over them now. I used to be that I'd just get like the wrinkle in between and it'd make them really obvious. But now I can kind of get wrinkles. Oh yeah, you can see it. Look. There you are. My two little shiny boobs. The forehead contour. Get lots of pixie jelly. You can see how everything went. Yes, you're going to talk to Geekwitchy today. Good luck. I hope that it goes well. The craft room is a lot bigger than it looks on stream. Yeah, it is. It's huge. Absolutely massive in here, right, Shifty? Contour the forehead boober. Yeah, every time someone donates, I put like a little bit more contour on my forehead boober. Oh, awesome. Hell yeah, best whale. He's such a good whale. Oh, actually, another thing. Shiny got me some wool because I've been complaining that I've run out of wool for a while. And look how pretty it crochets up. It's really nice. I like it a lot. It's really pretty. So I've been doing that. I got that yesterday. And that was nice. That literally not something I'm going to be doing on stream, but I thought I'd share it because you know what? It's pretty wool. Who doesn't like pretty wool? And I've got 8 of them. 8. I can make a whole cardigan with 8. And he got me a contrast one. Wait. Look. A plain one. That's like... So I have like... Oh, so I'm trying not to ruin it, but like, I have this and the plain, so I can put them together. Oh my god. Oh my god. So much wool. Hell yeah, it's gorgeous. Hell yeah. Which make it, I think I'm just gonna make a cardigan with it. I've got enough wool for a cardigan, and my one's like a bit ratty now. Plus, it's becoming winter. It's a good season for cardigans. Oh dear. Me just reached home from the office. Oh, meant the deck. Yeah, well, the office and the deck are the same thing, I'm sure. I'm sure everyone got that, don't worry. It's gorgeous. It is. Nice. So yeah, that's happening. As far as Boobtober goes, I probably do some like I'm still gonna be streaming the majority of October when I can. The week from the 12th to the 18th, I'm probably gonna be live every single day at least once. I know there are a couple days where I'm planning to be live twice just because I'm doing a collab at one side, but I have a stream planned at the other. So I'm gonna be live a lot during that week. So either side of that week, I'm just gonna be taking a few days off just to recover. So probably the first, like from like the 10th to the 12th, and like I want to say probably from the 18th to a few days after that, I think I'll just need some downtime because I'll be live probably for the majority of the day for 7 days, which doesn't sound that bad if you've never streamed, but it's quite a lot. I've got a varied green silk that I plan to make a cardigan. Oh my god, we're gonna be matchy then. Hell yeah. Yeah, well, across the seas, matching cardigans. I need to figure out how to get cheap yarn, but specifically large yarn. See, I think this, and I know where this is from. It's from a charity shop. One of the charity shops nearby just does a lot of wool. Like, they have like a deal with some wool people. And you can get, this is a double knit, but you can get chunky. I don't think you can get extra chunky, but you can get chunky. And yeah, they do some really nice ones. And because it's from the charity shop, it's a little bit cheaper. So they're not the best wools in the world, but if you're just looking for something cheap, they're great. And a lot of the charity shops near us do wool. Like, it's not just one. Like, you can find them in quite a few. I don't know what it is. They've just got deals with wool makers. Oh dear. So yeah, that's. I think that basically updates you on everything. I'd hope so. It took half an hour, so I think that's about all of the updates. You need extra chunky. I'm 4 keys. Is that? Oh, I know what you mean. Skeins? Skeins? Is that what they're called? Skins? I can maybe type skins? Yeah. Skin, wool, skin. Skin. I just call them balls of wool. They'd probably do. Skin means yarn wounded. Yeah, it's just, yeah, what you put, skin. I'm probably butchering it. Ball of wool, skin. Marikia, good morning! We've just been talking a bit about Boobtober. We talked about the updates and talk about cool stuff that's been happening with it. I'm also due to receive some stuff in the post pretty soon for Boobtober, which I'm very excited to share with everybody, but I'm not going to spoil it before it gets here because I've been doing a really good job keeping that a secret until now. But we got that ball of yarn, exactly. It's just easier. Skin? I actually might need Google. How do you say it? Skin. If I go to Google Translate, and then I'm like, put it in here.
Skein wool.
Skein?
Skein wool. Skein wool. Skein. Skein wool. Skein wool.
Skein? It doesn't look like skein. I bought her 4 bottles and she needed like 8 more to finish a blanket. She's like, "Aww, hell yeah." Not quite as quick as you are. Skin. Skin. What's up, Luna? Good morning. I hope you're doing well. I know how to say what it's called when a wool is round, like wool is in a ball, but I don't know how to pronounce it, so.
Skein wool.
Skein wool, apparently. According to Google. So I'm thinking of getting her a few for Christmas. That's a nice Christmas gift. That's a lovely Christmas gift. The gift of creativity. It's lovely. Where's my whale gone? Oh, there he is. I think he should really be up there. There you go. Put him up there, where he belong. Oh dear, that's lovely. She knits a lot. I'm not really into knitting so much, but I love crochet. It's like my downtime activity. So between the stream crafts, I do crochet to relax. Like, don't get me wrong, if I do find like smocking pretty relaxing, but because it's for a bigger project, because there's always that massive goal in mind, I don't think it gets me quite so relaxed as like just crocheting something for me with no consequence. So I like it. I like that. I wish I could get into knitting more. I've tried it a few times. Also, for anyone who hasn't been here for the stickmen streams, hi. It's going to be in this camera view for most of the stream, just because I need the hoop to be quite close to me, and leaning over like that is not very good for me for the whole stream, even for a short one like today. So yes, that's why we stay in this camera view rather than the top down. Oh dear, my cousin brought her those strong knitting sticks. Got like a customizable sticks for small. I don't know if I've ever seen that. That sounds amazing. I have a lot of hand-me-down crochet stuff because Grandma Jelly also used to crochet, so I have a lot of her old crocheting stuff. But I have had to buy a few things since, like ergonomic crochet hooks. I don't remember who it was that recommended that to me, but it has definitely helped a lot with my wrist. Unfortunately, the one I'm using for this project, I don't have the ergonomic version of, but like I've been using like the really comfy wrist ones more, and I like them a lot. And Langston Sticks mid-knit. What? I made a sock for my friend for Christmas last year because after his surgery he had a cast and he was freezing on his fur. So you made him the big oh my god, that's such a nice gift, Luna. You made him the big sock. Oh, so Teresa, good morning. Welcome on in. We're just getting a few more stickmen done today. We've been talking a little bit about Boobtober. I'll be talking about Boobtober all week, arguably. I'm very, very excited about it. We have so much going on over the whole month, and it's been really exciting as well because I think I was going to mention this and I got sidetracked, but like when you look at, well, I don't know if you guys do, but when I look at the calendar for all of the raid train, for instance, like the 13th of October, the second half of that day, it's just full. Like, we have so many streams. There's actually another stream that hasn't been put in yet that is also happening. So like from 10 a.m. till midnight, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 streams. And that's like awesome. It fills loads of gaps. It looks really neat. I do kind of want to change the color of one of them because they've come in the same color as another one that's next to it, which does make it read a little bit weird. But other than that, it looks really, really cool. 9 days to go till Japan. I'm sure you'll have an amazing time. You're gonna have an amazing time, but I still hope that you have a good time. But you're gonna have an amazing time. He is after having a new surgery on his leg this year, so he has to use it again. Oh, you know what? That's actually, I'm sad that they have to have another surgery, but double use, it's not bad for something that you'd normally only hopefully use once. The hell yeah. It was good enough to use twice. I think that's a compliment to the craftsmanship, right? Oh dear, but yeah, we got days now where it's like they're filling in, and it's making the raid train, like I can already say how the raid train is going to go on this day, even when that person adds it in. Like I know how that goes, and it's exciting. It's nice to see. Same with like the last day of the raid train, we have 4 in a row. I am the last person in there because it makes sense. I'm closing the raid train. We do have a lot of space though. Like if you are an American streamer, we need you. We need more Americans in this raid train to cover the weird American times, because the calendar is in UTC, so like from midnight UTC till I want to say on average of like 10 a.m. we just don't have so many streamers, and that's because for us over in Europe it's midnight, whereas for people in America I think it would be your evening. So if we got any more Americans in, we always need more Americans. I could really use some Americans filling those slots in. Oh, did I put Biscuit Tea from Audi? Tastes like I've been dipping rich. I love Biscuit Tea. I'm drinking Biscuit Tea right now, to be fair. Oh dear, he loved it so much because he had nobody who would knit for him. Oh, Americans are weird. Yeah, they're like always up at times where like I'm not up. Like, what's that about? Why are you awake at those times? Oh dear, so weird, so wacky American things. Oh dear. Geely. Yeah? What up? I think I have almost all my days where I can raid someone. Yeah, like, anime happens to be in a lot of slots where it's like, I know who's raiding anime and I know who anime is raiding. You're like right in the middle over and over again. But that does make it nice and easy. Obviously, anime, hold off because I will be posting the official raid on the 10th of October. So once again, for anyone who is hoping to take part in the raid train, the hard cutoff date, it will be announced in the Boobtober Discord on Wednesday, but if you want to know in advance, the 10th of October. If you have not got your stream in by the 10th of October, we cannot guarantee you being in the raid train. You're still more than welcome to stream during that time and raise money and stuff. We just can't guarantee having you as a part of the event because it does take a couple days to get all of the planning done. So yes, just as a heads up, I will be posting that on Wednesday because Wednesday is 2 weeks until the raid train event. But you've heard it here first. If you have not, also that slots are filling up. So if you have not got your stream in, it is a first come, first served. Please have a little look if you are planning to stream for Boobtober and get your stuff in ASAP, just to make sure that we can hopefully guarantee you a benefit for being in that particular week. Because that's what I want to do. I want everyone to be able to get raids that week. Oh dear. Do it now! Haplin, good morning! Weird American reporting for duty! But don't you stream at times that are even weird for Americans? Like, unpredictable. Don't you just stream at weird times regardless of time zone? Maybe on like a East Asian time zone you'd be in a normal time. But I feel like for like, yeah, the majority of people, you still stream at a weird time. Do it now. Good morning, Haplin. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we've been talking a little bit about Boobtober today because we've been having lots of really positive stuff happening with it. Some which I can say, some which I can't. I'm very heckin' excited. Oh dear, the title fits in. Yes, it is good morning. It's a late good morning stream. So late that it's ended up being in the afternoon. And yes, it's 1 week till Boobtober. I do. Way to call me out anytime. Just ask. I'd call you out anytime. What I will say is if you are going, I need to get this fixed. I'm going to put like a little notice in Boobtober because the form is having a couple of issues. If you're streaming over midnight, just ping a member of staff the time so that you can put in your slot. So up till midnight, and if you're going past midnight, let someone know and I'll just extend it for you. For some reason, the form doesn't allow you to go over midnight to the next calendar day. It's very frustrating, but it's a little too late for us to go in and like remake it. So it's one of those things where it's like, we'll have that fixed for next year, but for anyone who is planning to stream over the top of midnight to the next day in UTC, not in their own time, but in UTC, just let one of us know. Which midnight? UTC? Midnight in UTC. Let one of us know. If you need a UTC calculator, it is in the Discord. So in the how to sign up, there is a link to a UTC calculator. UTC being Universal Standard Time, so 0. U to the C, yeah. So no pluses or minuses, just 0. So for instance, we're +1. I have to go back an hour. That's UTC. I don't know what you are. But you have to probably go forward in time to hit UTC, I think, because you're behind. Yeah. If I had to guess. That being said, I just recommend using a calculator. It's confusing. Time zones are confusing. But yes, we can drag you over the midnight if you need to be. And I am not the only person who can do that. If I'm not awake and you need someone to do that, ping Vile Mods in the Discord and they'll be able to do that same thing for you. They've already done it once, they can do it again kind of thing. Like, they know what they're doing. We've got this. And obviously, if anyone does put in a slot and for whatever reason it doesn't go in, I am keeping an eye on it just to make sure there are no other errors. So if I notice an error in your form, I'll DM you privately. If you haven't received a DM from me, you haven't had any errors in your form. Oh dear. Is it UTC in England is doing... Oh, yeah, we go to UTC in winter, but not during the event. It's the last weekend of October for us. Our times change, so it doesn't affect the raid train, thankfully. Could you imagine if we had the clocks go back in the middle of the... I don't think... I'm no brain big enough for that. That's too hard. No Wales Erasure. It's okay. I got what you mean. Don't worry. Oh, dear. The clocks haven't gone back yet. Or have they? No. Last weekend of October for us. God damn it, Robert. So yes, it won't affect the raid train. At least on our end, it won't affect the raid train. So yes, thankfully, my God, I was fearful when I remembered that that happened in October. You shouldn't. I turned pale like a ghost. I was like, oh God, oh God. I don't know if I can handle that. But thankfully, no, it's okay. IAP to be -5. That makes sense. You're in the past and we're in the future. I think that makes sense. So if you add 5 to your time, add 5. If you're behind us. So wait, if you're 5 hours behind and I'm an hour ahead, that would mean you're 6 hours behind me. So it's 1:30. So for you, it'd be 7:30? Maybe? Is it 7:30 in the morning for you? I'm trying. If it's 7:30 in the morning for you right now, then yes, that's right. It's 8:30. Wait, that means, wait. 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. That means you're only 5 hours behind and we're 1 ahead, so that means you're -4, I think. Right? Right? Because I'm +1. So if I'm... Yeah. Time zones. If you... Yeah. Oh dear. Confusing. Talking about streaming, what are you thinking of, man? I don't know. Streaming? Katamari, yeah, we love Katamari here as well. Got some good Katamari art, but I can't put it up yet. I think it might be daylight savings issue. Ah, that, yes. Yes. Not ideal. Oh dear. So you're currently -5 rather than -6 because of daylight savings? Maybe? The thing is, once you're in the calendar will probably be in your time zone, so you can double check it. I do recommend anyone who's already put their time in on the calendar, have a little look at the calendar. The link is in Raid Train scheduling. There's a link at the top to the calendar. You can double check the calendar. If it's in the wrong time for you, you can just alter it so it's the right time. So if you see it and you're like, that's not right, you can just change it. You should be emailed a copy of your form where you can edit the information so you can just fix it yourself whenever. 7:30 always confuses me. Is that 7:30, 6:30, 3:30? Where is this string? I have a needle on my leg. Oh my God. What the heck? Daylight. Damn daylight. Daylight issue. How dare. Oh dear. Yeah, 7:30 is half an hour past 7. But it does get confusing. Listen, I'm not going to argue with you. Is it confusing? Yeah. Don't update to daylight savings. Love that. That's wonderful. Thanks, converters. But yeah, if you put your times in, double check the calendar, and if it's not right, it's not right. You can always go back and edit it. We've already had a couple people be like, oh, I think I was an hour out. Let me just fix that. And then they go back, they fix it, and it's no problem. I'm just going to turn Katamari down a little bit. The only time it's a problem is if we've released the Raid Train schedule and then you realize you've done an error, because then obviously it affects the schedule. So once again, you will be pinged about this. We are pinging everyone about stuff on Wednesday, and I'll be pinging people about it close to the date. But if you want to get on top of it, enter your streams as soon as possible and check it on the calendar to make sure it's at a time you're expecting. Yes. You get 7:30, they're confused when I say 7:15. Yeah, is it like 2:15 or 2:15? Although to be fair, right now it's more like 2:15. 15 minutes has changed. Half means 2:30, not half after. Really? 2:30? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, for us it means past, half past. 2:30? Yeah, it'd just be half past the previous hour. Oh God. To be fair, at the very least we do say half past, so we do add the past bit in there. I guess if it gets confusing. And we also do like 2:45, 2:15. So we do add the 2s in the past. It's not the worst Britishism I've ever seen. Oh dear. Do you ever say halfway towards 7? No, I live pessimistically. It's half past. I live in the past. I don't live with we're on our way to something. No, we're past it. 6:30, which means 7:30. Ah, I guess, yeah, we do say half sometimes. I normally just say 7:30, 6:30, 7:45, you know? I guess I could say just 7:30. I couldn't say just quarter though. I'd have to say either 1:15 or 1:45. Goddess, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. Yeah, we're having the time zones conversation, which is always confusing. Time zones never get less confusing. You're gonna be streaming at 3 a.m. UTC. We actually, that's perfect. Please, we need more 3 a.m. streamers. Too many goddamn Europeans in this goddamn raid train. No, we would love to have you. Come in at 3 a.m. We need you. It's surprisingly tame for this stream. We're being very good this morning. Afternoon. I can't read, so I just stare blankly. I can, and I still just stare blankly, like I don't understand. But good luck. Abolish time, embrace flat Earth. Exactly. For next year, maybe we'll do the flat Earth Boobtober event. They suck buckets. Dear. I double check before I add it in. You're all good. Might be as early as 2 a.m. We'd love to have you at 2 a.m. Oh god, it's so weird. That's so weird to say. But yeah, more Americans. Any Americans that stream at American-y times? Please, we need you. Special shout out to the Americans in Boobtober who are streaming at 3 a.m. Oh, there are no body parts? Not yet. Oh, other than boobs. We've talked about boobs quite a lot already because, you know, boobs, Boobtober, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, boobs, you know, it's kind of important. We have to talk about boobs. We can't really avoid that. If I streamed consistently, you'll always be welcome, even if it's not this year. I say this to a lot of people because a lot of people are interested, but they can't take part in a certain year. You will always be welcome in the future if you decide you'd like to join. Streamers of all sizes, we want everyone. Oh dear. If you're passionate about boobs, if you think you can talk about breast cancer awareness, we would love to have you. We're not about professionalism. Honestly, true. Boobs, they're like a feature. Hell yeah. Also, what the? Dear. It's fine. The famous calc language everyone gets. Yeah. Turn your calculator upside down. It says boobs. Although it says, which way around does an S go? Oh, I'm having a blank. How do you write S? Is it like? Oh no. How do you? Is it that or is it? No, it's definitely that. So. Oh, the S is the right way around. Okay. I wasn't sure if the 5 was the correct way around, but it is. Oh, dear. Oh, it must be if you do it upside down that you use a 2, right? And then, yeah. Okay, I get it. One thing I want to mention that sometimes can get messy doing raid trains is to do a mental reset and respect the rules and tone that the person you're raiding into. Yes. So, obviously, that is important. When it comes to raid trains, we are going to get everyone familiar, hopefully, with the people that they're raiding into beforehand, because, again, we'll be publishing who everybody is raiding into. If you are raiding into an 18 plus stream, it does tell you that if you are not yourself an 18 plus stream. So there are certain things to be aware of. If at the end of the day you don't want to raid into someone who's 18 plus, you do just need to let me know. If you don't let me know, I can't make those accommodations for you. Otherwise, yeah. For the most part though, I know most of the streamers taking part. And yes, some of them are slightly more rowdy than others, but none of them to the extent where I think I'm one of the worst. And I'm the person who's probably invited the most people. So, all things considered, it's probably okay. I'm probably one of the worst case scenarios as far as your raid, the person who raids you. You know? And with that being the case, I think for the most part it's okay. Oh dear. So most of them are feral mother hackers. Some of us are. Most of my community. Maybe not everyone else's community, but this community can be a bit feral. But yeah, like I said, I think we're one of the worst. So I think it should be fine. Well, one of the worst isn't the best. We're one of the rowdiest. We're one of the rowdier communities taking part. And I'm the organizer. So yes, it should be fine. Not the worst. That's the wrong way of putting it. One of the rowdiest. So yes. In this particular case, I do have the benefit of being the organizer. So really, I guess what I'm saying is if you don't want me to raid you, just let me know. I won't take it personally, but like, I do get it. Because I think now that I think of like everyone who's taking part, I'm like, it's us. We're the problem. Like not even close, I don't think. Is anyone rowdier than us? Maybe no. Maybe Vile. Maybe Vile. Maybe Vile sometimes is rowdier than us. Okay, I'm gonna say that probably the only person then that maybe would be a more intense raid than us would be Vile. And Vile is also one of the event organizers. So basically, as long as you don't get raided into by one of the organizers, you're fine. It's just if one of us come in. Somehow, all the people that are helping organize the event are probably have the most rowdy audiences. So if you don't want to be raided into by one of the event staff, understandable, just let me know. I won't take it personally. Oh my god. This is a stream that said the worst and continues to talk about this. Oh my god, yeah, we're setting everything up for success. We're not the worst. I think Vile is probably the rowdiest. I think out of everyone, I think Vile probably has the rowdiest stream for taking part in Boobtober. Just for the streamers taking part in Boobtober, not on Twitch in general. But with that in mind, yeah. So if you don't want to be raided into, oh, that is one thing though, actually, that might be worth mentioning. Because I did put this in the Discord, but I don't think I've said this today. So my campaign for Boobtober starts on the 12th because I'm specifically fundraising during the raid train because that's what I'm organizing. So I will have the majority of my Boobtober streams in the raid train because that's my event, if that makes sense. So that week will be really heavy focused on fundraising. For the rest of the month, whenever I stream, the links to Boobtober will not go to my fundraiser. They will go to another person whose fundraiser is already live. So what we'll be doing is before the raid train, if nobody has gone live with their stuff yet, we'll just have it go to the Boobtober main page. But say if Sonne was streaming and their campaign was live, I would basically link my stuff to Sonne's campaign so that any donations going to Boobtober from my stream would actually go to Sonne's total, if that makes sense. And we'll be doing that for the first 12 days leading up to the raid train, just to make sure that we do always have a link, but we'll swap it out every day. So it will be a different streamer every day leading up to the raid train. During the raid train, I'll be trying to hit my own milestones. And then after the raid train, for the rest of October, we'll be sending any donations or all the donation links to streamers who have yet to reach their goals, so that as many people who are streaming as possible can reach their goals. That is the plan. So my links to Boobtober will not always be to my campaign. For the majority of the month, they won't be to my campaign. They'll be to other people's campaigns, specifically to try and help other people reach their goals, so that if anyone does want to raise money early, I have somewhere I can send you. So I will be putting a little ping out on that Discord as well, just to be like, if anyone's campaigns are going live on the 1st, let me know, because I'd love to send you some support. And yes, I will obviously hold off until then, but at that point I will look for some people and send them to those up until the 12th. And then we'll of course be doing our own stuff. And I have some pretty fun stuff going for our campaign. But yes, that's not till the 12th. We got nearly 2 weeks before mine. Oh dear. Hello, Mule. Welcome on in. You've come just in time. We're talking about boobs again. I hope you're doing good. Welcome, welcome. Entire chat's level of wholesome. Yeah, anime really is. They're doing a great job, yeah. Oh dear, classic Sunday stream. My streams consist of being offline enjoying suspicious shifty art. That's intense and beautiful. Aw, it's just a nice thing to do, and also like, because I am the event organizer, I want everyone to have fun. I want people to be reaching their goals. And if people want to donate from my community and I don't have my campaign active, why not send them to someone else who has goals going still, you know? That's the plan. And thank you for shouting out Sonny. They're a great streamer. And they do actually stream. They have streamed previously. Oh dear. Hell yeah. Boo, I'm tired. Much from school right now. How are you? I'm good. I'm a little tired. I had a migraine earlier, but thankfully it is gone. So I'm feeling a lot better than I was. It's up and up. The day started like, but it's gone to. So it's doing a lot better. I love that so much. Never seen it done, but I love it. Well, normally, I think it's because like normally during an event, the organizer will fundraise throughout, but I very specifically know that I am doing most of my fundraising effort in that one condensed week. That works better for me. I you know, a whole month, especially when you're disabled, when you're not very well, it's very hard to commit to. And I just don't think it would be sensible for me to try to commit to a whole month of fundraising when I am ill so often. So instead of that, we do 1 week, and I can commit to 1 week. Yes, it's a lot easier to commit to the 1 week. Also, Cedar! You know what? I do need to drink this. Go away, silly migraine. Yes! It's hard to do a month of it is. A whole month is difficult. Cloud, good morning! What is the song in the background? It's Katamari. It's a Katamari Damacy OST, and it's about to be, this song now is Your Lonely Rolling Star. I don't remember what the last one was. I'm sorry, my memory is like 3 seconds long. I don't remember, but I know what this one is. What's these? What's what? Sonne. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying your name like that. We did a week of streaming for the entire week and it was exhausting. It is. It's a lot of planning, and I kind of, because I'm also one of the organizers, a lot of my focus is going to be with the other streamers to make sure that everything's going well for them. So if I'm streaming like consistently throughout the whole month, I can't really be there to help other streamers. So that's the other thing. It made more sense to me to focus the 1 week, because then for the first 2 weeks of October, if anyone needs any help, I should be free to help them. Whereas if I was already fundraising, then I wouldn't be free to help them. So that's also like has the dual purpose of like freeing up some time for me to help other people with their campaigns. I've done a lot of charity streams. We've been doing charity streams for years. So like I'm pretty confident, but for a lot of people that do Boobtober, it's their first ever charity stream. And so it's a lot of learning curve, right? And we want to make it as fun as possible for everyone. I played the crap out of Katamari. Hell yeah! We got a lot of Katamari lovers in here. These are your emotes. Wait, you got Sonny's emotes? Shook. Oh my god. Avi Opposite, they do a lovely cover of Lonely Rolling Star. We actually talked about it a couple months ago because I was like, I love it so much. But not about that. What? Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that. Heck. Damn it, how dare people die? People should just live forever. Oh dear, did you use points or something? I got them when I subbed. I'm a founder now. Yeah, Sonny, when are you streaming again? Now that you have a subscriber, you are indebted to your subscriber, Shifty, and you must stream at least 10 hours a day. That's the rules. I don't make them. I am joking. This is all sarcasm. Please do not take this seriously. Oh dear. Hello Matrix, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. We're doing some more stickmen. I will just go over this again quickly. We're not going to be doing any stickmen in October, specifically because we're going to be focusing on fundraising on Boobtober, and I don't want to muddy it up with my own celebrations, which is what this is at the end of the day. So once October hits, there'll be no more stickmen for a month on stream. Not saying that I won't be doing it off stream, but I won't be doing it on stream until November. So everyone knows. Lonely Rolling Star. Since when? Really? For that long? It's definitely in the rules. That is how it goes. Oh dear. When is the King of the Cosmos going in another blender? When are they? You'll have to ask him. I think only he knows. He seems like the kind of person that would keep those secrets secret. 1 week. 1 week. Yeah, I'll have it finished by the end of the week. Don't worry. Oh dear. But I want to get a second monitor first. I mean, it might help. I shall be lurking. Oh, Jean! No, you're fine. Take care of yourself. Thank you for popping by. But yeah, look after yourself first and foremost. If you've woken up a bit late and you need to like discombobulate, you discombobulate. You're all good. Oh dear. Yeah, so no stickmen once we hit October. We are going to be linking to a lot of other people's campaigns. I'm going to be shouting out a lot of streamers that month. I'm pretty bad at shout outs in general. I'm very forgetful. But during October, I'm going to be working really, really hard. I will probably actually give the mod team just a list of all the streamers who are taking part so that if we are talking about it, we can like randomly shout some of them out and stuff just for shits and gigs. And I'll try and do the same myself. Oh dear. I feel like so much of streaming is like, but I need this before. Yeah, like I think I'm very biased because I'm like a pretty like what the heck, I don't care, zero shits given kind of lady, right? When I started streaming from a deck chair with my laptop propped up on a set of books so that the fan underneath didn't overheat, and I used my laptop webcam and my call center headset, and that's how I started streaming. And like, I think out of all the people I've met, I probably had one of the most bare bones setups for like starting streaming. But like, because I just wanted to talk to people, I was just looking to be social. I wasn't looking to like meet a whole lot of people. Definitely not 4,000 of you. You're welcome though, you're very welcome here. Just, I wasn't expecting it. And so it didn't really matter to me what my equipment was, because it's like, well, as long as I can physically communicate with people, that's kind of all I wanted. And I got it. I got to talk to lots of people, so it was worth it. The only thing that I did need to upgrade was the deck chair, because sitting in a deck chair for hours at a time does things to your body that are not good things. Oh dear. Using phone for chat? Yeah, I didn't use phone for chat. I just had to do this constantly because that was where chat was for me. I remember when I first started streaming, I'd constantly apologize because I'd be like, I'm sorry for looking like this. It's just that's where chat is. Oh dear. I can't, not because I can't stream without it. I just prefer, no, you know what? You do have to be comfortable because you're very vulnerable when you're live. So I get that. If you live near a cottage, ask the department what they do. Ooh, okay. Oh, near college, not a cottage. Live near a cottage. If you live near a cottage, ask their department. That's smart. Stop making me Google words. Can we keep it to 3? We could try. On a third monitor, I can't imagine a single monitor. I had a single monitor and it was my PC. Like, not my PC, my laptop. My very old laptop. It's pretty badass, thank you. I know for a fact it's nice to stream with more than one screen. It is, because you can have stream, you can have your music and other things that go on, and like art on the other one. IT, oh, you could ask, take notes, and thank you for the hydrate, Jean. Ah, dear. That is such an old meme, but honestly relatable. God, when was that? Because I'm assuming you're referring to Chocolate Rain, right? When was that? Oh god, old internet lore. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and attempt to do that voice because it's such a low, deep, strong voice, and I'm like a high, warbly, weak voice. Yeah. Dear. But also me, 100% when I started streaming. I did used to apologize a lot for looking in weird directions. We also used to sometimes, I used to have my hand underneath the laptop lifting it up as I streamed to prevent it from overheating. The initials, also my camera was, when I did get like my top down camera, it was blue tacked in place, which meant that sometimes it just fell down. So like my camera, sometimes we'd be chatting and it'd just go badonk. And I was like, what? I should probably fix that. Oh dear, one of the first. It was, yes. 2007. Oh. Overheating, yes, so often. Some stay strong, other filthy. Oh no. Look at the webcam with blue tack. Yeah, I mean, I still have, so whenever I use my VTuber, I mount my camera in this candle. Because the candle sits at the perfect angle that the camera tilts and looks up at me, which is what I need for when I'm VTubing while crafting, because I'm looking down all the time when I'm crafting. My camera being where it is right now doesn't capture my face very well, so I put it in this candle. So it's not like things have got dramatically less janky, to be honest. Things are still very janky. Look at the webcam with blue tack, yeah. I use a mug now. Good on you. Look at that upgrade, Lee. Hell yeah. My camera candle. My candle camera. Yeah. I mount my camera. It straddles the candle. It's clever. Thank you. Very big brain. I put my camera in my candle. I craft and game. Yeah, like when I'm gaming, it's fine to have it there because then I'm looking at the screen. Like I have it right above where chat is, specifically so that when I'm like reading chat, it looks like I'm kind of looking at you. But yeah, for crafting, it needs to be much lower down. Otherwise, I just don't capture it very well, and my eyes will always look. Because, like, to be fair, when I do this, it kind of does look like my eyes are closed if I'm not looking up, right? And obviously the capture software also thinks my eyes are closed. So to avoid that, yes. A level of scuff makes you human though. True. I think as well, and like maybe this is not a popular opinion, but I think when you start streaming, if you have a little bit of scuff, it gives something for people to talk about and for you to talk about. If you're like struggling with things to talk about, you can be like, oh my god, you'll never guess how I've set my camera up, guys. I've blue tacked it to my ceiling and then I tied a ribbon around the bottom so that if it falls, instead of falling to the ground, it like bungee jumps around on my desk. Amazing. And like, yeah, if you're struggling to think of something to talk about, that's something that a lot of people can, maybe not they've made a bungee jump for their camera, but like, you know, something similar. Like, let me talk about the scuff a little bit, because I think most streamers at some point have talked about scuff. I remember one of the first things being everyone being like, what chair do you use, Jelly? And I'd just be like, a deck chair. And that got a lot of conversation going in the early days of my streaming, like, what the heck? Why are you sat in a deck chair? And I remember also when my deck chair pillow ripped, I showed people, I was like, look at my chair. And they're like, what the hell? Stop sitting in a deck chair to stream. So yeah, it generates some conversation. If everything's perfect off the bat, you'll probably get some compliments on your setup and stuff. But do you have so much to actually have a back and forth conversation about? I think, again, especially when you're first starting, stuff like, hey guys, at the moment I'm sticking my camera to the ceiling with blue tack and a bungee cord attached. Anyone got any suggestions of better ways to have a top-down camera? Someone might actually respond, and then you can talk to people, and talking is fun. I like talking to people. Ah dear, because it's what I have. Yeah, I have it. Well, also when I started streaming so we were on a bit of a situation, to be honest. Like, so I had wanted to start streaming for a while, but where we used to live was like a one-room apartment. So like I was always kind of in the same space as Shiny, which meant that there was just no way that I could stream without interrupting their work. And also it would have put me right in front of the kitchen. Like, it was just not a good space for streaming. So when we moved, I knew that at some point, maybe like 6 months after moving in, I'd start streaming. But we moved the day the lockdown started in the UK. So like we literally moved house the first day of lockdown. It was not on purpose, that's just how it happened, and there was nothing else we could do about it. When we collected the keys from the estate agents, they left them in the building, left the building, we went in and collected the keys, left the building, and then they locked up the estate agents because we were the only people that were there and we needed to collect the keys to our rented property. The other thing is, this was our first time, when we moved to the previous house, it was our first time renting an unfurnished property, and we were meant to have a massive delivery of secondhand furniture to help us furnish the place, because we had nothing. We had the desk that I have here, Shiny's work desk, that was it. No chairs, no tables, nothing. We didn't have a freezer or a fridge. We had nothing. So when we moved in, and oh my god, delicious. 20 months? Jesus Christ, Karina, it's been a minute. Welcome on in. I was just telling the story of when I first started streaming. I hope you're doing well though. You've been here a lot of the time. But yeah, when we moved in, we had nothing, and so I immediately got put on furlough as well, so I wasn't able to go into work, because at that stage I was still able to work. And Shiny worked from home because they weren't allowed in the office. So we were stuck in a house with no chairs, 2 desks. Shiny had their stuff delivered from their workplace, but the order of all of the rest of the furniture to our house had to get cancelled because they weren't allowed to deliver the furniture. It was done via the British Heart Foundation, and they weren't allowed to because of the lockdowns. So they actually couldn't deliver our furniture to us, and we weren't allowed to pick it up, which meant that we paid for it all. So all the money that we had for furniture, we paid it. We couldn't get a refund, and we couldn't get our furniture, which meant we went for about 6 months sleeping on Amazon mattresses on the floor in our empty building. And that's how we spent the first 6 months of lockdown, because quite literally we couldn't do anything else. And I had my deck chair as the only chair that I had that I could use at my desk. And that's how I started streaming. I genuinely feel like if I could start streaming in that kind of situation, anyone can. Because literally, my cool center headset, which this isn't, by the way, that's what I had. my old laptop, my deck chair, and then yeah. I wouldn't have been able to stream gaming content really though, or anything like that. I could really only stream crafts and chatting and stuff. But I was lonely and I wanted to talk to people. I think a lot of people felt like that in the lockdown, and I'd felt like that for years because I've been disabled for 7 years now. So I'm often very isolated from people. That's why I knew that I wanted to start streaming, because I was like, ah man, just really want to talk to people more. And yeah, so it ended up, I was going to get everything prepared and try and start streaming about 6 months after we moved in. I think I did my first stream 1 week after we moved. When I realized what our situation was, I was like, well, I could wait, or I could just go right now. And that's what I did. And it's been great. Definitely probably one of the best decisions I've made over the last few years. Easily, hands down. Also, Goddess, thank you so much for the follow. That's very heckin' kind of you. Oh dear. A lot of people started streaming during the lockdown. Yeah, I think everyone was feeling so isolated, and like, I totally get it. For me, I had been like that for a while before. Oh my god! Are you sure? I could end up to be awful. Whenever somebody subs for months in advance, I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? What if I end up being like, I don't know, a cannibal? Nobody say anything. But what if I ended up being a cannibal? Would that put you off by any chance? Just checking. Oh dear. Don't say anything. You're not allowed to say anything. Nobody say anything. Little goddess of these nuts. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. I don't know. Yeah. And also during Subtober, a lot more people are doing it because you get reduced stuff. So thank you. But still, thank you so much. It's very heckin' kind of you. Ah, dear. The emotes though. Yeah, it's like you really have to weigh up. Emotes supporting cannibalism. You know. Not that I've ever eaten anyone, and I'm not going to either. I don't plan to. I have no intentions of eating anybody, any humans. I have no intentions of eating any humans. But what if? You know, I just need to double check. What if Jenny was a cannibal? Would that put you off? It's a tough one. Yeah, I know. It's like, oof. Do I just do it or no? We never had this conversation ever. Well, no, we to be fair though, we have kind of come to the conclusion, for anyone who missed it, you shouldn't eat human beings, because one, prions or something like that, but also because diseases transfer so much easier via human meat to other humans, because we're more susceptible to the diseases you can get from it. So like if an animal had a similar disease, we wouldn't necessarily pick it up from their meat because it's not got human cells and DNA in it. But if a human has a disease, even a disease they're not aware of, and we ate them, we would be so much more likely to inherit that disease, because the DNA is too close. So yes, you shouldn't eat, you know, if you can avoid eating humans, you really shouldn't eat humans. It's really bad for you. Also, thank you for the damage, Leadman! Good morning, Soylent Green. Yeah, there you go. You can eat that. Whatever Soylent Green is. Oh dear. Pearls, hello, well look, some of my book. Oh no, you're fine, you're fine. Thank you for the lurk. Humans are bad meat. Yeah, you really shouldn't eat humans. And testing! Since you missed my hello, oh, I'm sorry. Testing, I was very busy talking about the consumption of human meat. I hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. And thank you for the flex take, Ledman. So I won't play blast because you can't eat human meat. It creeps me out. Yeah, like you really shouldn't eat it. It's really bad for you. And don't eat wolves either. Yeah, don't eat any of them. This is like Totally doesn't, not the wrong. Also, yeah, like, well, you know, I felt like that went without saying. Like, it is a crime to eat people, so like, you shouldn't eat them. But like, yeah, also it's bad for you. Hi, Jelly, Ledman. Hi. Don't like the taste. That's why I avoid human meat. Honestly, fair. So like, is it people? Really? We like party. We like. I have to look up. Thank you for the look. I'm looking up Soylent Green. You got an early nice anime. We liked party. We liked party. What is this? An interstate free disco, but we also feel our turning. And traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, come on and move your body. Kind of weird. Huh. Thank you for the egg. Don't eat undead. Oh yeah, undead humans. Don't eat that. That's very bad for you. Very, very bad for you. Dear, I was looking for that redeem a second ago. We have a lot of DJ. Thank you for the DJ. Only kind of weird. Something is moving. Yeah, it seems like it was kind of before its time. Is what a lot of people seem to be saying. I haven't seen it. I thought maybe I'm just thinking of soy, like soy milk. I thought it's a dystopian thriller. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It's loosely based on that, yep, with the plot elements combined science fiction, murder investigation of dystopian future of dying oceans and year-round humidity caused by the greenhouse effect with the resulting pollution, depleted resources, poverty, and overpopulation. Huh, it does feel, yeah, set in... Oh, you're right, it is set in... But then we've already lived it, so it's fine then. Trying to serve my dad. Oh, Lee, bless you. That's very heckin' kind of you. Don't worry about it. Listen, I appreciate the thought, regardless. Current day. Which it kind of is current day, isn't it? Always freaks me out when people can predict the future. You know what? Oh, wait, sorry. Speaking of, sorry, my brain made a connection. Is anyone here from Norway? I heard Norwegians are from the future, but is anyone here from Norway? I have a question. For Norwegians. I am. Rubber, do you hide your brooms at Christmas? Is that a thing that you do? Do you hide brooms? Or is that just a silly tradition? But do you do it? Denmark is basically... What are you working on, by the way? Stickmen! We got lots of stickmen embroideries. I do like proper embroideries, but like at the moment we're just doing lots of stickmen. No, I've never heard of that. But they're not witches, Jelly. Well, no, but that's it. Okay, so I was looking at funny Christmas traditions for fun. Do you ever do this? Because I do. I was looking at fun Christmas traditions, and one of them said that in Norway, if you they hide their broom on Christmas Eve, because Christmas Eve is also meant to be like a night of witches. So like if they leave their brooms out, the witches might like steal them. Do you hide your brooms at Christmas? I'm just curious. Oh dear, because Google says you do. And Google also says you have witches at Christmas. And I want that. I want to celebrate Norwegian Christmas with witches. Do you learning Norwegian? Heckin' cool. Used to own Norway? Listen, I'm from the UK. We used to own a lot of things. We don't talk about it publicly though. Jeez, Sonny. Oh dear. And then like Shamalamalam movie of time, they solely green as the people. Oh, it's a twist. I see. Do you hide the brooms? Yeah, I want to know. Do you read much? Not really. I'm not big into reading. I like some audiobooks, but that's about it. Norwegians only have the trolls. Have you heard of Icelandic necrophants? Oh, so Lee! Thank you so much for this for 3 months. I appreciate it. Bless you. You didn't have to if your internet was playing up especially, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's very heckin' kind of you. Christmas witches feels nice to say. It does. Can we just make our own Christmas? Yeah, can our Christmas be witches? Like dead pants? I might actually Google necro pants because that is what that sounds like. Unless this is also doubling as something suspicious, in which case, Queener. Oh, now broke. Corpse bitches. Corpse bitch. A pair of pants made from the skin of a dead human. And they're meant to be capable of producing an endless supply of money? Pants made of human skin that create money? No, not breeches. Oh yes, breeches. I read it as bitches. My bad. You're actually correct and I'm wrong. Corpse bitches. I'll show it on stream though. Yeah, I'm not gonna show it because it's skin. But yeah, if you do, Holidays on Ice is a collection of his essays about, including 18. That's very hacking cool. Thank you. Hats made from dead people, corpse bridges, and necropants. People say necropants while they don't want to say it wrong. True. Oh dear. What the heck? Oh, britches. Yeah, I also read it as bitches. Corpse bitches. Magic human skin pants. Norway introduced sound. I think I have heard of that one. They're corpse bitches forever now. Yeah, the corpse bitches. So such a magic human skin pants, Haplin. Yeah, Haplin, wow. From bridges to riches. Turp, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I was looking up interesting Christmas, but this one, I don't know if it's a Christmas. Is this a Christmas thing? Okay, I'm gonna read this out to you because I had to read it and now you need to listen to it. Once the Neko, now I keep saying Neko as in like cat, has been created, the caster must don the purloined pantaloons against their bare skin. Now the ritual requires the sorcerer to steal a coin from a destitute widow, a widow stricken with infirmity due to old age, physical disability, chronic ailment, mental imbalance, or having no source of income to support herself or dependent children, and place it in the empty scrotum of the pants alongside the magical Icelandic stave symbol written on a scrap of parchment, and that's it. The pants will soon become indistinguishable from the wearer's body. As long as the original coin is not removed, the scrotum should continue to miraculously fill with coins for the rest of time. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that one. I feel so seen. Alright, an interesting conversation. Sleeves, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Oh my god, the Christmas corpse bitch is making necropants. Makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, of course. Does that mean we see a name to Shiny and steal a coin from Jelly? We're not married, so I don't think you can, because I wouldn't technically be a widow. You need to find someone who's already married, I'm afraid. Yeah, sorry. Oh dear, scene's legit. They got some shiny balls, and shinier the longer you leave them, for they create an endless stream of money. Also, Sleeps, good morning. We're talking about interesting folklore right now. So I brought up something to do with witches at Christmas, which I really like the vibes of. I love the idea of witches being at Christmas and just like flying, because like, let's be honest, at least over here the skies are the most beautiful at winter. You get beautiful sunrises and sunsets. You can see the stars much more clearly. If I was a witch, I'd want to fly at Christmas. Because yes, the Christmas is wonderful. Yes. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Also, as part of the ritual, the pants must be coming for a willing friend that died of natural causes. I missed that bit, but I appreciate that that's a nice thing to do. If you know that you're going to die anyway, like, you may take my flesh. Also, Disco, good morning. You know, there are times I can look and just tune in and out without concern. But then the time and the scrotum's changing. Well, we're actually talking about folklore. So, if that helps at all. I'm making a case for why we're not talking about cannibalism. It's folklore. We're learning about history, actually, yes. I'm glad you're here. Big facts about English winter sky. The sky here is beautiful, like at night, in the winter. Like, as long as it's not too cloudy, you get a really lovely clear sky. Jelly, it's true the UK don't walk around the Christmas tree with actual candles on it. Is it true UK don't walk around the Christmas tree with actual candles of fire in it while singing monotone Christmas songs? Are you talking about midnight mass? Is that midnight mass you're thinking of? Because midnight mass is a thing. Oh, it's also a Netflix thing, but I meant the real midnight mass. If I put midnight mass UK, yeah. There's lots of candles, and you go around a tree and stuff. It's nice. Necropants, shiny filling scrotums, exactly. Ah, damn. Some folks still do, yeah, just in your home. I wouldn't put candles in my home, but my grandparents always did. My grandparents always would, and they had a lot of very beautiful candles, but personally, I don't. Sky here is beautiful at night, yeah, because we don't have to look at this shitty gloomy weather. I mean, true. We have a historical event called the Great Fire about London. That's not such a good idea. I think in some places they still do, but most people use fake candles, or like the candles aren't too close to the tree. I love how culty it looks. So in, like, with my grandparents, when we go around their house, they had a lot of those candles that have like little spinny things, so when you light the candle it goes wee. So when you'd go into the room with the Christmas tree, it'd just be loads of candles spinning lots of things, so it'd all be like wee. It was like a little like fun fair room. It was very cool. I like that. Ah, dear. Those LED flickery tea lights, yeah. I think more people go for those these days because it is a bit safer. You know, fire is a hazard. I'm supposed to be working and then this happened. We had to learn about folklore. It's important. Christmas is coming. I need to know how many witches to expect at my house. Oh dear. Bubble light's the best compromise. Yeah. Hangs like in the middle. Did the UK folks go to church and get given an orange with a candle in it? I think there are oranges and candles separately, but not normally. The candle would be in a candle holder most of the time. Maybe historically it would have been in an orange, but health and safety, you know, yeah. They're careful. Oh dear. He did the mass. He did the midnight mass. Yeah, I've never done midnight mass personally, but they always did it at the church next door growing up so you could hear them, but I've never done it myself. Oh dear. Go to the church. I was made to know. Oh dear. Is St. Lucy a thing in England? I've heard of them, but I don't really remember doing anything for them. Then again, I don't really do anything for any religious figure. I'm very sorry. I'm a very boring lady. I know when I was very young, the oranges had clothes in them. Just Dingle, we had a candle and a tangerine. See, I have my tangerine separately to my, like, it's probably health and safety. They probably just didn't want kids having candles. Yeah, we get tangerines and clementines. When you put a crown of actual living fire candles, no, I've never seen anyone do that. Maybe historically, the Dutch Santa who is full of Bishop of Turkey. Oh, if he beats kids, then you know what? I think I'm okay not worshipping them. Not into it. Sparklers are fun. Sparklers are fun. They never did them at like schools and stuff, but sometimes my family would get them. Oh dear. And again, we have, I would say more sparklers are like, remember the 5th of November, like that kind of one, like around that time, where you remember the time we nearly blew up Parliament, but not quite. Such a weird celebration. I never quite know what we're celebrating on the 5th of November. Like, what are we celebrating? Are we celebrating the fact that he didn't, or that somebody tried? Like, what are we celebrating? Because I don't know. I don't know what I'm meant to be celebrating. Are we meant to be celebrating that somebody at least tried to blow up government or Parliament? Or are we celebrating that they didn't manage to? I'm not sure. I think it probably depends on who you talk to. Indoor fireworks that just look like dog poo. I will say I'm not a big fan of fireworks, and I kind of hope in the future we do more drone shows. And I know they're more expensive to run and they require a lot more people, but in my opinion that just means more jobs, better for the environment, and like, you know, it just everything better for dogs. You know, I love dogs and dogs don't love fireworks, which means that I don't love fireworks. So yeah, I feel like personally, I'd prefer to see if more fireworks displays went in the direction of pre-programmed drone shows, because they're just a lot better. They're more expensive, but you can reuse them next year. So over time, maybe it will become more financially viable, and it doesn't scare every dog in the area. And I like that, because I like dogs and I don't want them to be afraid. Dogs do not deserve fear. Oh dear, the good old days of 90s Denmark where we see people living with flames in hazardous places. You're like, what's going on? Do we like terrorism or don't we? I don't know. They're celebrating Animal finishing a comic. Nice. Our family did fireworks. Oh yeah, I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't set them off in my own home. Remember what happened to him when he was caught, and to not do it again, or to just don't get caught. Yeah, I think it's just the don't get caught. Fireworks should be for big events, not for personal use. Yeah, not enough people are trained in it. Scares cats too. That is true. Also scares cats. Scares lots of animals. Celebrating that the king survived, apparently. Is that what we're celebrating? Because that doesn't feel like what we're celebrating. It feels like we're celebrating something else. The litter and forest fires. Yeah, and it can be quite dangerous. Scares me. Yeah, it doesn't... The first firework always scares me. And the reason is, it always, to me, when you hear it through like headphones especially, it sounds like a car's hit something. And I'm like, do I have to go be a quick first aider? Because I don't want to be a first aider first thing at night. I'll do it if I have to be. But like, if you hear like the bang and you assume that someone's crashed outside your house, it's like, oh, let's go. And then you hear another one, you're like, oh, thank God it's just fireworks. But yeah, I don't really, they always give me that anxiety and I don't like it. Pigs die from fireworks. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of animals had heart attacks from fireworks. Mine used to hide under the covers and it scares you. Oh heck, yeah, I can imagine. Also, Zeus! welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. We're talking about traditions and folklore at the moment. It's actually a weirdly safe for work topic for once. How was your stream, Sue? I hope it was good. What did you get up to? Did I do the shout out correctly? I did. Hell yeah. Wild with fireworks. Like really crazy. It's pretty bad in London as well. We have a big one in London. My sister would spend every New Year's with the horses. How did you do fireworks near you? See, I don't like that. We have in New Hampshire, everyone sets off fireworks, pretty much all stop. Oh dear. Welcome in, Raiders! Gunshots by fireworks are harder to distinguish. Yeah, because I've never heard a gunshot, so I wouldn't know. Legit anti-firework campaign, a warranty problem. It's not safe for work. It is safe for work. We're talking about traditions, traditional stuff. We're talking about fireworks. We're talking about Christmas traditions. We're talking about oranges and candles. Like loads of stuff, and I am embroidering stickmen. We got loads and loads of stickmen. How are you doing, Sue? I hope your stream went well. Obviously, if you do need to run off, if you need to go look after yourself, you're welcome to. But otherwise, I'd love to hear what you were doing today. For anyone who hasn't met Sue before, very, very talented maker and crafter streamer. They do big, like they've been doing quite a lot of quite long streams recently. So they'll probably be online regardless of your time zone. If you're here with me, you'll 99% of the time be able to make Sue streams. So yeah, give her a little follow. Good heckin' bean. Oh dear, I have a terrifying. Yeah, that's really scary. That's really, really scary. But wait, that was Queener, and I will not be taking any blame for that. Oh dear, nope. Putting trees, well, I missed that. Putting trees and firing, yeah. Here's some dry. Oh god, got a gun or firework. Yeah, that is scary. And corpse bitches. Can't forget corpse bitches. Stream was great, but I had a bit of... Oh, bless you. Go look after yourself then. As obviously, you'd always be welcome back, but honestly, you're fine. I literally started stream late today because I also had a migraine. But go look after yourself, Sue. This actually does transition in well to something that's happening this week, because this week is officially Migraine Awareness Week. For anyone who didn't know. And I am doing daily facts about migraines in the Discord. For anyone who doesn't know, I have chronic migraines. I have migraines nearly every single day for 7 years. Chronic migraines is basically just a categorization of migraine where you have migraines more than 15 days a month. So most people with chronic migraines have symptoms that run nearly non-stop. It's why I had to leave the workplace. It's why the only thing I do right now is why I'm not allowed to work, because it is you're very disabled when you have this many migraines. You need a lot of help with a lot of everything. And Migraine Awareness Week is just to teach people a little bit more about migraines and why they should deserve support. Because my philosophy with it is, even if you've only had one migraine in your entire life, you still deserve to have support for that one day where you are not feeling well and that maybe you have to miss a day off work, or maybe you have to miss a day of school. You deserve to be believed. You deserve to have the privacy to be ill away from other people, because it is not fun. Having a migraine in front of other people can be very, very embarrassing. And while I don't believe you should ever be embarrassed about being ill, in the moment, it is quite hard when you're in a lot of pain, when you're throwing up, when you're like not able to walk. I personally, because I have hemiplegia as well, I lose my ability to speak, which is very, very embarrassing. You cannot communicate with the people around you anymore. And it you know, you deserve the space to be ill, and you deserve to be believed, and to be able to get home safely and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a big believer of even one migraine, you deserve support. So I'm careful, because obviously when you have chronic migraine, a lot of people assume they can't talk about their own experiences. No, I want to hear about your experiences. It doesn't matter if you've only had one migraine. Like literally, if you have migraines, even one migraine, you are more than welcome to share your experiences during Migraine Awareness Week. And I've been posting a bit about it in the Discord this morning because it started this week. Yes. Wait, I'm celebrating in my own. Oh, bless. I'm so sorry that you still have to have one, though. You shouldn't have to have a migraine to celebrate Migraine Week. Like, you shouldn't have to have it during the week. This should be your week off. My son suffers from 5 migraines, but he had medication to prevent and shorten them. Yeah, and this is actually really good stuff to share, because if you don't suffer with migraines too regularly, you should be able to have access to medication, which means you never have to go through one again. And that is there for you, even if you've only had one migraine. If you go to the doctors, there are things you can take. So if you only have, say, an average of 3 or 4 migraines a year, you shouldn't have to have any of those migraines. And there are medications you can take that can help you out. And you should feel safe to go do that. Yeah, because that's a good thing for you. Yeah. So yes, that migraine awareness. It's all about talking about awareness and migraines. Crazy. All migraines are valid. Yes, mine is severe arthritis squeezing the spinal cord. Oh, yours and mine are probably super similar then. Wait, Seuss. Because mine are from head and neck damage. So mine's not my spine. Mine is I've had like 10 concussions. So I have very mild brain damage from having my head like bang, 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 bang. So yeah, it's mine's also injury related. That's another thing. Many people believe that the only reasons that you get migraines are due to stress or hormones. And while they can be a trigger for migraines, even with people like me, a lot of people have injury-related migraines. There is no cure. There are only treatments. And so telling people to do yoga or chill out, it's not gonna fix my brain damage. We'll put it like that. Dear. So again, it's another thing you can spread doing migraine awareness. It's like there's lots of different reasons. All margarine is valid. You're right. All margarine. Some are easier to eat than others, but all are good. You used to get migraines. It took Villagin in my right eye. Yeah, I'm suing migraines, as you should. We're all going to sue migraines. I never thought about asking for help with my migraines, which I think a lot of people don't, because a lot of people, especially people that have it run in the family or women, tend to just not do anything about it if they don't have them regularly. Like I've met so many people that only have like, again, 1 or 2 migraines a year, and they really suffer with them. When they have the migraine, they're really ill. Well, there are topical preventative medications that are made specifically for migraines that you can get from your general practitioner that will mean that you don't have to have that migraine. You take it on the onset and it'll stop it. Obviously, there are different levels of them. Some of them are much stronger than others, and if you don't have them as regularly, you might not be able to test them as quickly. But even if you have like 3 or 4 migraines a year, you can test them on those ones. If it's not working, try something else, and hopefully eventually find a medication that means that you don't have to suffer as badly with those migraines, because no one should have to suffer with a migraine. Like, again, regardless of how often you have them. Oh dear. And we can hopefully all get to a space where we're able to manage our migraines to an extent. Because that's the thing. Again, migraines aren't a curable condition. You cannot cure migraines. You can prevent them, and you can take medications on onset, but you cannot cure them. So anyone who has migraines, regardless of the severity, whether you have it once in your life, you're someone who has migraines. If you have it 100 times in your life, you're someone who has migraines. And you're always looking for preventatives and medications that can help you on the onset. And everyone should have access to those. Lots of people don't go to the doctor about it because they don't see it as serious enough. That's exactly what I don't want to do. because I have them so many people look at me and like, well, if I had it like her, sure, I'd go to the doctor, but my migraines, they're fine. Why are you having migraines? Go to the doctor. It's not that I'm blaming you, because it's not your fault that you have migraines, but there are things out there that can help you so that you never have to actually suffer with them, even if you can't get rid of them entirely. And we should sue them. You're not wrong. Let's sue them. Yes, you could say I've had 10 concussions and just expect us just to nod. Yeah. Wait, really? Oh, no, I don't know if it's exactly 10, but I've cracked my skull twice. I've had a couple of really large knocks on the back of my head as well, which is what we think did it. When I was 19, I was admitted to hospital with a suspected stroke. No, 20. I was 20. Was I 19 or 20? I was young. Which I didn't have a stroke. We likely had something else, but at that point I had a brain scan, and then I had another one a little bit later, and it was just like, yeah, so there's some damage there. Something's wrong. I didn't have a stroke, thankfully, because that would suck. And they are, that's another thing with migraines. There is a lot of overlap between people that have migraines and strokes. So it's a fear, it's there, but no, so far, lucky. Everything's okay. I didn't come here to be called out. I'm sorry. I am only here to call everyone out. Wow. You feel better soon regardless. And yes, Suze, take care of yourself. Thank you for popping by. And again, if you haven't checked out Suze before, go check out Very Talented Bean. Hut, good morning. How are you doing? Go to the doctor. Yes, you talk to her. Why not? Why suffer? You know, why suffer? We like to party. We like to party. I need to catch up and chat. We're going to catch up and chat during this chaotic section. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to go shawarma. Have lovely shawarma. Enjoy your shawarma, Sonny. That sounds delicious. It does. I normally get the chili sauce, but both are valid and good. I just remember I didn't mention because I felt the bump. If you like the party, also random good morning. I came in with a raid and red. I'm like, oh, really? And a comment migrant, and they suck. They do. They are awful. If it helps, my first fact of the day, Red, was that by is it the World Health Organization? It's the big one. It's WHO. The World Health Organization class migraines as one of the top 10 most disabling conditions in the world, or disabling illnesses in the world. So if you're someone who suffers with migraines, you have suffered through one of the 10 most disabling conditions in the world. Which, it's still not great, but hopefully it makes you feel more valid, because it is hard, but they're so common that people think that it's easy to get through. One of the top 10. But as Zero put earlier, not Zero in chat, other Zero, we are aiming for spot number 1, so we need to get like a little bit higher up, you know? We're in the top 10 right now, which is a good starting space, but maybe by next year we can get migraine into the top 3. Oh no, it's I'm more concerned about than me. Well, the other reason that if you are having consistent head pain, you should go to a doctor anyway, and my only medical advice I'll ever give on this stream is to go to a doctor, because migraine does overlap with a lot of other more dangerous conditions. When I went to have my full diagnosis and I did all that kind of stuff, migraine would have been a best case scenario for me, because all of the other stuff that overlapped with my symptoms with my migraines would have been a lot more life-threatening. So if you are having consistent head pain and you have not taken yourself to a doctor, I do recommend go take yourself to a doctor, because yes, the most likely case scenario, it is migraines, but it can unfortunately be that it hides a much more dangerous condition because there is so much overlap with other conditions. So yes, go to a doctor. I can't diagnose you, and I shouldn't be diagnosing you. I'm a Twitch streamer. I've migraine with I've heard a few people Panda that have weather ones, and Hut I know has lots of experience with migraines. Welcome on in, Hut. It is Migraine Awareness Week this week, which means, Hut, it's the only time we're visible outside of, like, you know, I'm visible during Pride Month, and then I go invisible for a while, and then it's it's visibility for migraines, and I become visible again, and then I become invisible again. Ah, dear. Who? Wait, who? Oh yeah, who? The World Health Organization. If you have a migraine, maybe get someone else. If you have a migraine, get someone else to take you. Yeah, I had someone else come with me to every single one of my appointments as well, because one of the first symptoms when I started to go from regular migraines to chronic migraine, I had really big gaps in my memory, like quite scarily large gaps in my memory. So one of the symptoms that I had to go to the doctors with was, first of all, I have pretty big gaps in my memory. Also, I'm bringing someone with me because I have gaps in my memory. And when, you know, obviously, again, we had to double check this because it's not a good symptom to be having. It definitely could have been something more dangerous. And in many ways, I am lucky that it was migraine. But I had to have someone with me because I would forget things that I would suffer with and that I was doing. And when speaking to my neurologist about it after my diagnosis, they mentioned it's not just migraines. If you have pain regularly every single day, especially if it's hitting those levels where you're bedbound, it's more severe, your brain will just cut it out of self-preservation. So it's not even like there's anything wrong with my brain that's making me forget it. It's my body's self-preservation is just making me forget the times where I'm in the most pain. And because I have migraines nearly every single day, it means that there are always big gaps in my memory, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's a self-preservation tactic of, well, that day really hurt, so we're just gonna forget that day. And it's like, great, but now I don't remember. I'm an adult. Comes out as for gay and tits. I do. I come out for gay and for tits. And for migraine sometimes. Oh dear. I've got to the point in my adult where I just add painkillers to my daily meds just because I have one else here, and definitely my genetics. I'm just hoping my teens don't get them. I'm in the US, so women's health is laughable, and if you fight, you're being hysterical. Yeah, I am in very many ways quite lucky. We're lucky and unlucky, I guess. So in the UK, at the very least, I'm not paying for my treatment. Like, you know, it's one of those things where I wouldn't be able to afford my migraine treatment if I came over to America. I know what that's like. I know how expensive my injections are, like, I know, but the positive of America is you are about 5 years ahead of us in treatment of migraines, and that sucks because it takes so long for the NHS to approve new medications because of how expensive they are. So for instance, the injections that I am taking only became available to us in the last couple years, whereas America has had them for like 7 or 8 years at this point. So we're slow. You have hemiplegia, I have hemiplegia. It's great, you're right. It makes you look like you're having a stroke. So if you're in public, people are like, are you okay? Because you lose your ability, well, at least for me, I lose my ability to speak and my face slumps. And it's like, great. which is why for the first time I was taken to hospital, because I just went down. And yeah, I had the face lump, I couldn't speak to anyone, and so yeah. That's why my first was like looking like it was a stroke. So many people asking if I could hold my arms above my head. Yeah, I was on the ground. Like, so basically I'd asked my parents to pull over because for some reason I was in the car with them and I suddenly felt really sick and I never get car sick. So I was like really confused, but like I was in the car and I suddenly was like, I'm gonna throw up right now. We need to pull over. So they pulled over. I got out onto the grass and I was like, all right, am I gonna be ill? Come on then. And then I just collapsed. And then I had the slump, and then I lost my ability to speak. I couldn't stand back up again. My balance had just completely gone. I felt insanely ill, and I was like basically borderline unconscious most of the time. So we ended up having to go to A&E because they thought I'd had a stroke. And like when I explain the symptoms like that, it does sound like a stroke. Like we had good reason for believing that I'd had a stroke. But I hadn't. It wasn't. And like, I think a lot of, like, I've heard a lot of stories of the first time someone has like a bad migraine being like, I literally went to the hospital because I thought I was going to die. Like, and it's that level of severity. I think because migraine is so commonly talked about, because it is relatively common, a lot of people who have never had a migraine before kind of have a pre-existing notion of what a migraine's like. As someone who has had many a migraine, no you don't, you have no idea. Other than if you can imagine a pain that's bad enough to make you go to the hospital, there you go, maybe. As well as, yeah, the blindness, the nausea, like this, if you have hemiplegia, the fact that you'll look like you're having a stroke, losing your ability to speak, losing your ability to walk. It's a lot. Finding that any light makes you want to die. In my case, smells as well. Any bad smell, or even good smells some other time. It's a lot more. I mean, I know it's the stereotypical saying like it's more than a headache, but like it really is a lot more than a headache. It's not even close. There's a reason though, and again, like it made, the first time I heard that the World Health Organization had put it like that, it did feel quite validating, because you can tell people, I really struggle with them, but I don't think people really gather quite how bad they are, especially when I'm here talking to you and like having a smiley, happy-go-lucky stream, which is what I want my streams to be. I want my streams to be happy places, you know, because it's my escape as well. But like, I think a lot of people underestimate just how bad they are. And then when it gets talked about by professionals, people like who aren't people who suffer with it, and they put it in one of the top 10 most disabling conditions in the world, I think it means people put a lot more validity to our voices, and it makes a big difference, because it means like people are more likely to listen to me when I say I can't do that. I have chronic migraines. I cannot guarantee that I'll be well enough to do that, or that I'll, you know, that's like that triggers a migraine for me, so I don't want to do that. And people be like, get over it, you'll be fine. It's like, well, actually, it's one of the hardest things to go through, full stop. So shut your mouth. Oh dear. And yeah, I am a big believer as well. If you only have one migraine a year, still incredibly valid. You only have one migraine in your life, you still deserve exactly the same level of support and care that I get, as someone who has had a migraine nearly every day for the past 7 years. The support we get will probably be different, because if we get tailored support, we wouldn't be needing the same things. But if you need to take a day off work, if you need to take a day off school, you deserve to be caught up on the work or education that you've missed. You deserve to have some privacy while you're not well. Forcing you to work when you are deteriorating from a migraine is cruelty. And, you know, if you've let people know and they're forcing you to keep trying to work through it, that shouldn't be allowed. Sorry. And to anyone here who doesn't have migraines, the best thing you can do for migraine awareness, it's not donating. It's not coming to my house and personally delivering me a cake, although you can do that. It's not using migraine as an offhand flippant excuse. So if you're like, you have a hangover, don't call it a migraine. If it's a hangover, it's a hangover. If it's a migraine, it's a migraine. You know, I'm not alone in this, but I feel very uncomfortable when people use my disability to describe things that aren't my disability. It's weird, it's creepy and kind of cringy. And so yeah, if you don't have migraines, the best thing you can do for people with migraines is not use it flippantly. Use it if you're having a migraine, use it if somebody else is having a migraine. don't call your hangover a migraine because it minimizes the experiences of people that are suffering with it. And it also means people like us are actually less likely to be believed, because if everyone's calling their hangovers migraines, then why would they believe me when I say I'm having an actual migraine, you know? It's not the same. it's not the same. It's the same as, like, you know, would you say that you have back pain because you worked out at the gym? Oh man, multiple sclerosis, innit? Oh my god, my knees are aching after doing the lifts yesterday. Guess I have arthritis. Like, you wouldn't. So please don't use our disability. It's weird. And again, it takes away a lot of seriousness away from what migraines are. So the best thing you can do as someone who doesn't have migraines is to just not use migraines as an excuse for things if it's not that. Also, please don't use migraines as an excuse to get out of work early just because you want to leave work early. Just say listen, I'm not telling you that you should leave work early and lie, but if you are, just say you have food poisoning. Oh, I think I have a stomach bug. They'll let you go. You don't have to use migraine to try and get out of work or school early. Tell them you have a stomach bug. Literally. They'll want you out in seconds. Yeah, it's very weird to use my disability and many other people's disabilities, or something that many other people struggle with, to try and get out of work early. And I have heard it happen in the workplace many a time, where people are like, oh, I'm just not feeling today. I think I'm going to tell the boss that I have a migraine and just go home early. And they don't have a migraine. And, you know, when you do stuff like that, and if you get found out, it actively takes away resources from people like us. So just don't do it. And it's really easy, and it doesn't cost you anything, and it's free. Yeah. My mum brought out her migraine kit with the whole cold compress and the head compress that covered the eyes. She bought like a portable doorbell so I could summon if I need it, because it's terrifying to be able to walk and then suddenly the floor is moving under you. Yeah. I'm also in a similar position, thankfully. My whole family suffers with migraines to an extent. I am only the second member of my family to have chronic migraines. So my granddad, who is not around anymore, but my granddad had chronic migraines, and then I also have them. So there is some history of it in the family. Obviously, in my case, it's more of a likelihood, a mixture between maybe the head injuries and also having a predisposition to it anyway. But yeah. Having a family that understands makes things a lot easier. Oh dear. Amen, yeah. Strange thing, last time I had a migraine, I tried hot instead of cold and it worked, and I was like, what the heck? Honestly, sometimes migraines are stupid, okay? I once found that sniffing the floor while having a migraine made me feel better. Why? I don't know. I had my head stuck in the carpet for like 2 hours because it was the only thing that was slightly alleviating the pain. The science? I don't know. Our carpet might have been slightly dusty, but I literally was at the carpet at the top of the stairs at the previous house we lived in for like two hours, just like sniffing the carpet, because it was the only, like, breathing in that smell was the only thing that started to remove some of the pain. Why? Migraines are stupid. There are things that can help. Cold compresses help a lot of people. Sometimes maybe hot compresses help, but yes, there are things that can help different people in different ways. I often find myself craving really unusual foods, and like sometimes just eating the foods I'm craving helps me feel a little less nauseous, because being too hungry also can make me feel really nauseous. So stopping eating completely is not a good idea, at least for me. For other people it can be, but for me not so much. So yeah, we always have tinned fish in the house. It's really strong smelling. You wouldn't assume that'd be something you'd want to eat when you're feeling nauseous, but for some reason, pickled fish, tinned fish, oily fish, I don't know what it is, but yeah, it works. Tell them you gotta get out of work early to watch Jenny. Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. Also, Dex, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Oh, and Moriki, thank you for popping that in chat. For those who aren't aware, we do actually have 2 shops open right now. As I said, I'm not in work right now, so my income is coming solely basically from them. If you do want to support the channel, we don't have donations open anymore, but you can always buy a print. They start at £3. So if you did want to donate, you can do that. Otherwise, you can always save your donations if you would like for Boobtober next week. Very heckin'. It's hard to promote the store when Boobtober is like right around the corner, because I'm like, but what if Boobtober. But yes, we do have that there. If you do want to donate to the channel, we no longer have donations because I'd rather send something back. Dear. Mia's back. How's the embroidery going? Actually, I haven't counted for a minute, and I should. It is That is 5, 10, 15. I need 2 more, and then I've done another 20. Hell yeah, Booptober. Booptober, like Booptober, we touch the titties. Sometimes I have my husband fill my hot water bottle halfway through and I put it on the back of my neck and it breaks the worst of it with a dramatic temperature change. Ooh! See, I sometimes have a hot one for my stomach because it helps a little bit with the nausea. But yeah, I don't put the anywhere near my head because I'm normally already sweating buckets. But like sometimes I have like a hot one for like, it's the same one you use for periods. It's like that stuff. Just using that sometimes makes me feel a little less ill because I wouldn't want to put the cold one on my stomach because I think I'd die. But the cold on my head and the hot on my stomach feels good. It's a good point. Migraines are stupid. Migraines are really stupid. Why is the knot? What? Oh, I've hacked that thread. That's okay. Ignore that. The knot is weirdly halfway up, but I only need to do 2 more, so it's not too bad. Manageable. Manageable. Oh, Booptober. It's not Booptober, it's Booptober. But like, listen, we'll take Booptober. Booptober can be the touching the tits version. Let's see. How do you spell? Where's O on the keyboard? There it is. There it is. It's fine. No one was looking. Yeah, it's fine. So my migraine for my stupid nerves in my neck, they tend to cramp and they make my head, eyes, jaws hurt like a heckin'. That's the other thing is migraine is so often like, there's other stuff going on as well. It's not always migraine. Like I know just migraine. For me, I am someone who it is just migraine because of injury. But like for some people, it can be a sign that something's going on with their diabetes, for instance. There's a lot of people that get diabetes affected migraines, which means not only are they feeling ill because of that, but then they get worse. So basically as soon as if one thing starts to go down, everything explodes and it's like, oh god. Yeah, it could be a real pain in the ass. Yes, I have lots of hot water bottle for those horrible migraines on my period. My husband gets home and brings me new stuffy and fresh. Yeah, that's cute. I like that. New stuffies. If I had a new stuffy every time I had a migraine, I think Shiny would kick me out the house. But I do have a couple. Pain in the ass, pain in the neck, pain in the everything, honestly. Just pain. Pain. They're very painful. Have you guys, like, sorry, I'm breaking new grounds here, but did you know? Migraines are painful, but they're not always. Actually, there you go. Another fact about migraine. Not everyone experiences pain as a main symptom of their migraines, or it might be one that they experience sometimes, but not others. Some people's migraines are just them having terrible, terrible vertigo while vomiting everywhere. So they might have like an aura, and then instead of the pain ever coming, they just get the nausea and the vertigo. And so it's like almost just having a stomach bug every now and again. Yay! So yeah, not all migraines have head pain. Some just have the other symptoms where you go blind and then start throwing up everywhere. Not everyone gets nauseous with migraines. Some people never do. I never used to get nauseous with migraines. It's only in the last few years that that's been more of a symptom for me, because mine have changed a lot since I had my first one. So yeah, that could also happen. Fun. Yeah. Also, I think some people get aura and some people don't. I often wake up with my migraines and I skip the aura stage, but like when I don't, yeah, I normally get an aura. But not every time, I guess. I guess there have been times where I haven't, but most of the time. Bam, bada, bam. I'm picturing that scene from The Exorcist. A house made of stuffy? I mean, it does sound pretty good. I get headaches from thinking too much. Honestly relatable. Honestly relatable. When there's so much to think about that you get a headache. Ooh. Sometimes you really do need to just brain empty, no thoughts. Look up weird traditions for Christmas. Talk about witches at Christmas. Talk about skin pants. You know, it really helps you with the head empty, no thoughts. Although I'm gonna be thinking about those skin pants for a while, I think. I imagine that's imagery that's gonna stay in my brain for a moment. School was too much thinking? Yeah, I had those days. That's my secret. My brain is always empty. You've been streaming a little later the last few times I've seen you as well, Hut. Are you enjoying the later streams? I feel like the last few times I've seen you, it's been like after dinner? Maybe you started before dinner, but I've seen you after dinner. Hell yeah. To be fair, my brain gets more empty as the day goes on, so maybe that would be a good time for me to stream as well, to start streaming after dinner. Oh, so random. Thank you
you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. It was nice to meet you. If you did, I should say, because I think you came in with the raid, right? If anyone who did come in with the raid with Seuss needs to head out or needs to go look after themselves, like, obviously you're more than welcome here, but if you do need to go grab another drink or something, you're good. You go get your drinks and stuff. Oh dear. Gotta get home earlier. Hell yeah, yeah! Oh dear. Streaming more often. I stream like 2 to 3 times a day on weekends now. The joys of not being able to drive and go out. Yeah, it's such a like, what do you call it? Stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I am in the same sort of position, right? Where it's like I can't really go out, so it's like, well, I might as well stream because I'm always here. But then the downside of it is that you're always here because things aren't going well. So I guess the streaming though I think is a positive thing for a lot of people. It's definitely been a positive thing for me. I'm hoping if you're streaming more, then it's been a positive thing for you. I am very interested to see what happens with Twitch next year. I am very much hoping more stuff to do with cosplay, but we'll see. We'll see. Only because it's getting near the end of the year now. I know they haven't done TwitchCon Las Vegas yet, but it's getting near the end of the year. I want to know what the plans for next year are. Tell me what's going on. What's going on Twitch next year? Oh dear, it's a long way off, to be honest, and I am very early days on this, so take this with like a whole bag of salt, but I might try to hit partner before Boobtober next year. I have never done like a proper partner push or anything like that, but after everything this year, it would just genuinely be easier if I was a partner, and like, that, to be honest, there isn't really any reason for me to become a partner other than that, but I might do a little bit of a push to see if I can, because when it comes to sponsorships, when it comes to getting my event like published by more people and out to more people, it would really help just to be a Twitch partner. Like, I don't need more followers or anything like that, but just to have the little tick makes a huge difference. And I want Boobtober to grow every single year. I want it to become bigger and bigger and bigger and better and better and better. So as much as I'm not particularly jazzed about doing a partner push, I'll be honest, it was not on my cards and not something that I ever particularly wanted to do. If it would benefit the event, then I might do that. Obviously not now, because we're doing Boobtober this year. But this year, I think it's still going to go really, really well. We've had so much support, and I'm very enthusiastic that it's going to be a really good event. But for next year, if I want it to get bigger still, I think that's probably the barrier at the moment. So yes, we're not bothering with it right now, but post, maybe going into next year, it might be something that I'll try and do. Yeah. We're very early days on the planning for that right now, but it's a consideration. Also, it's another 20 stickmen done. There it is. We've got 20 more. Trying to get Nemesis. Yes, your Nemesis. Ah, dear, ready for this Comic-Con. Ooh, exciting. Not sure what I'm doing next. You had like a list of things you're interested in though. I'm so excited to see Nemesis. Don't take out the bag of salt if you have, oh yeah, unless you have high blood pressure, in which case please don't take salt. Ah, dear, it's a good goal. Yeah, it's a goal. I should maybe give a bit of context for anyone who's new. I have unlocked Path for Partner. I am allowed to apply for Partner whenever I want. So unlocking Path to Partner is not the goal. The issue is, so I have a very easy, this is a little complicated to explain for anyone who's new here. Basically, last year I got put on the front page of Twitch, on the front of Carousel for 7,000 viewers. That one stream upped my statistics permanently so that I had an average viewership for my entire 3 years of streaming above 75 people, which meant after that stream I could immediately apply for Partner. Now the issue is that I don't have the concurrent viewership of even close to 75, so it's like I applied for lols because I knew I wasn't gonna get in, but I was like, oh, it's open for me, why not, I'll apply for it. But obviously, like, no, and I wasn't expecting to get in either. But I don't need to unlock Partner. All I would need to do, which is a slightly easier step than most, again, I know I'm in a very fortunate position, I have been very, very lucky. I just need to get to close to a concurrent viewer of 75. That's all I need to. I don't need to go above it. I don't need to even hit it. I just need to get close to it, close enough that it justifies applying for Partner. Yeah.
I could not find a reference for the stitching pattern in my mind, so I've drawn it by myself. Hell yeah, I decided for a gnome sitting under a mushroom. I mean, that's what I do. I draw all of my own references. I think it's really fun though, because you create something that doesn't exist in the world. I think if you're looking to do something really relaxing, following a pattern can be a bit more relaxing because some of that pressure of decision making is off of you. But if you're looking to make something interesting and unique, starting from scratch is definitely not a bad thing. Oh dear. Do, 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 do. Ow! Whew. Sorry, there's like a little pin in here, which is meant to have the fabric folded over on top of it, but it is poking its way out every now and again. There we go. So once I've done this hoop, which I'm just pushing in on my desk right now, 500. Well, I've done 500, which is 1/8 of the way there. God, 1 week. We'll finish this in 1 week, everyone. What time is it? I can probably go for like another half hour. I am going to have to end stream at some point because Shiny's heading out and I have something coming in the post. So just so that I hear the door, I will end then. But then also, it was never going to be a super long stream because I've started later in the day after having a migraine. So I don't think anyone would be that surprised. Go, Jelly, finishing after only a couple of hours? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Disco, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You'll always be welcome. We do normally stream a little bit earlier in the day. For anyone who's followed today, we do normally go a little earlier. But yes, I just couldn't manage it this morning. It was just not in the cards for today. Ah, did The Exorcist was banned? Was it? Really? But I've seen it, and I'm in the UK. Oh, until 1990. Okay, yeah, that makes true. I didn't watch it when I was only a couple years old. I watched it at a responsible older age. I was confused and I was like, it's banned? I've watched a banned piece of media? No, that makes more sense. Kind of mad though. Kind of mad. Thank you for, oh no, thank you for popping by. It was lovely to meet you. You're all good. Ah, dear. Yeah, we just talk about crap. Whatever we fancy talking about that day. I wanted to talk about Norwegian witches because I was curious. But a lot of the time, especially with these kind of streams, because I can't have this under my top-down camera like I normally would, because normally I'm a little bean in the corner while my hands are front and center. Because I can't really do that with this. They do end up being very similar to like a just chatting stream with like a little bit of crafting happening. I mean, I'm not against that. I'm a chatty person, so I'm happy for it, but it is a little different from our regular streams. I can't wait till we start on Boobtober. Have you guys seen the bowl of bits and bobs? So for Boobtober, we are going to be decorating a white dress and making it as pink as possible. And so I'll just be consistently decorating it, add embroidery and stuff like that. But every time someone donates, we'll basically, say if somebody, I'll show you my bowl. I'll show you my bowl and you can see it. But every time somebody donates $1, we'll take one bead at random from the bowl and attach it to the dress. So for instance, if somebody took like, you know, donated, I'm just trying to grab a few random things, but whatever this is, how many dollars would this be? $3. They'd get 3 beads, and we'd attach those to the dress for them. And there's some weird things in here. We have eyeballs, we have fish, we have lots of ribbons and bows, because breast cancer, ribbons, bows, I think that all makes sense. Lots of just generally pinkish beads. We have this one, which has like liquid inside. I have a lot of random beads, so I kind of just threw them all together into this one, which is like vaguely pinky, light pink, dark pink. Maybe like a little bit of purple in there. But yeah. So every time someone donates, we'll add some more of those to the bowl. What if you run out of beads? I won't run out of beads. Yeah, I have hundreds of beads. Like, look at all of them. Like, I think, I haven't counted them exactly, but I think, cause like that's such a small amount, and that's like 10. There's a lot of really small beads in there as well, so I think it should be fine. Yeah, like that's like 15. So, and that's like one tiny amount out of this massive one. That being said, how did you get so many? Years of hoarding. I'm trying to be better for hoarding though, and use the stuff that's already in my house. So this is also good for me, but it means I'm using them for something, because I think sometimes as well, when you've had things for a long time, you get weirdly sentimental with them. I want to use these beads, they're pretty beads. So, yes. We are going to do that, and I don't think we'll run out. If we do, because my target for my personal campaign is $500. If we do go way above and beyond that, then yes. I thought maybe charity shops. I think I have got some of them from probably charity shops, and some of them are from Broken Jewelry. I know that much. But yeah, it's kind of a random, they're not all from one place. They're like a random assortment of all of the, well, they're not even all the pink beads actually, because I do have more. I have a lot more smaller ones, like seed style beads. But yeah, I didn't think they'd be quite as exciting if people were donating. Oh God, that's quiet. There you go. Dear. I didn't think they'd be quite so exciting, so I decided to just put like the more interesting beads in that one, and then all the little seed beads, maybe I'll put them between them, but like I won't have people donating to do that because I want you guys to have exciting beads like bows and eyeballs and stuff. Like I want that. Dear. I do also have some like proper breast cancer awareness ribbons, but I might just throw those in myself because again, like they're cool, but I feel like they're on theme. Again, I could put them in there. We'll see. My bulb might not have that much more extra space. If we do dramatically use all of them though. How far are you to the middle of this fabric? Not that close. It's a big piece of fabric, Adame. Not so close. I want this piece to go to the ground. I want 2,000, and then I'm gonna go back and add more. All right? Yeah. Like, no, I'm sorry. It's huge. I've got so much to do. But I mean, it's still like I'm still having fun. I mean, it's just an excuse to come on the stream and chat for a little while, have like some fun conversations while I do some stickmens. There you go. You see that? All of that. Oh dear. And my hoop's only this big. That's good, because it means I have plenty of space for all of the stickmen. Was my music getting a little loud now? God, I cannot decide if it's gonna be quiet or loud. I don't want to be fighting it. I don't know, fight you, music. Oh God, I've got so many questionable things open again. Oh dear. This happens, I swear, every stream at the moment. I start stream 100% wholesome, and then we look at things and it becomes less wholesome as the stream goes on, and I just have way too many tabs open. Excuse me. Oh dear. Oh dear. There you go, moved it to there. Haven't picked one yet, and since there's so much space. Oh yeah, we're not, okay, sorry, just to mention anime, we're gonna pick them all once it's finished. The reason, and I had this thought afterwards, is because otherwise, how do we know you're picking the best one for you and most of them are rolled up in a tight tube? Like, you can't really have a good choice if that, so what we're gonna do is, after the stickmen are done, we're going to do a special stream where anyone can name a stickman. And that will be, yeah, I just think it makes more sense because then you get to properly pick it and like, you can see all of the options at once to make sure that you get the best stickman for you. Oh dear. Yeah, like all the sus stuff going on. I got like the skin pants are still up. I do still have Boobtober up, which is not suspicious, but it does sound suspicious. I was thinking of writing on my forehead because I got plenty of real estate up here. I was gonna put like Boobtober and then put like the countdown, so like 6 next to it, or something like that, and then tomorrow do 5, but I got a bit lazy and I didn't do it. But I did think about it. I was like, I could use all of this forehead real estate and do a countdown for Boobtober. The other thing though that I wasn't sure about is I think, because yeah, I'm like backwards of myself, so I'd have to write it backwards so that it didn't come up backwards on stream. Which would be a little confusing. I think I would struggle with that. Ah, dear. Like, that's big brain drawing backwards energy that I don't know that I have today. Ah, dear. Yeah, on Wednesday I'll do a proper ping. Have I missed? I think that's basically everything that I needed to announce as far as Boobtober goes. If I know that Vial did an announcement about it yesterday. If you are taking part in Boobtober, if you are planning to be a streamer in Boobtober and you're planning to do, like, you're starting your campaign at the beginning of the month, please do bear in mind that you only have 1 week left to set that up. And if you would like a member of staff to double check any of your stuff, double check your campaign, just ask and one of us can pop over and have a little look. Yes, that just because that is in 1 week time, or less than 1 week's time now. So if you are planning to start your campaign on the 1st of the month, you have this, you don't have so long left.
Go check everything. Just get a custom temporary tattoo. Yeah, I could get a... You can get those, right? Yeah, you can send off for... I could get a custom boobtober. I mean, I'm not going to be leaving the house. I could get like a little boobtober one. That'd be pretty cute. Go check quick. All right, let me... I mean... My campaign is published, but I can't put my streams in until a bit closer to the time because the staff that are doing Boobtober, like some of us are basically going to fill in the gaps in the raid train. So you won't really see most of my streams on the raid train until the day before. The only ones that are in there right now are collaborations, which is why they're in there, because like they're not going to change. But like most of my streams are not in the raid train, and they can't be until everyone else has filled theirs in. So also, if you're doing the raid train, fill your streams in. It helps me out a hell of a lot. And it just makes it, you know, first come, first served. Quicker you do it, the better for you as well. So yeah, if you're in the raid train, get your stuff filled in. Fill in your forms. If you're having any issues, once again, you can reach out to either myself or Vile. We both have editing access on the calendar. So if you're concerned about anything, if you need something deleted, or if you're worried that you need to go over midnight and the cameras and the calendar is glitching at all, just let us know, and we will do our best to help you out. But so far, I will say, touch wood, things are going very well. Things are going well. I know, it is exciting. I was looking earlier on stream because I think it's on the 13th we have a really good run of people. There's actually another person on the 13th that we haven't got yet. So like that second half of the day is chock-a-block. We still need more Americans. If you're American, we need you. More Americans to fill in the American time zone slots, because we definitely have a lot more Europeans right now. But yeah, it's filling in nicely. God, very heckin' exciting. Very heckin' exciting. It's nice to see all the different names, and it's also nice to go through because, like, again, on the calendar I have access to see what people are planning to do for their streams, which might change closer to the date, but for like now, it's just really nice and wholesome. We need some American to fill in some gaps. Please? There must be some Americans on Twitch. We need some Americans to fill in some gaps. You got any Americans here who want to fill some gaps? I've got some gaps for them to fill. If you're here as an American. Oh dear. Thursday last time, yeah. And Tuesday on the 17th. That's mainly though, if you actually look at the times that are empty, it's the American time zones. Americans, we need you. Sticks! Sarah! Good morning! Pick me! Pick me! Dex, you want to stream? Dex, you want to stream for Boobtober? Dex, you want to protect the booba? Get in here! Get in here! We need you! We've gaps to fill. Oh dear. Tuesday, in it, bottle of water. Fill in the gaps. Boobtober. How do you say Boobtober as a British person? Boobtober. No, because there is a T in there, and you would say it. Boobtober. I don't know how you'd say Boobtober more British, to be honest. I guess I am British, so maybe you just say it like me. Boobtober. Yeah, that's how I say it. Just say it like me then, I guess, isn't it? Boobtober. Tits-tober. Nah, I like boob. See, we had like some tits ones, but I like boob. I think as well, boob is a nice word. Tits is a bit harsher. Boobs is like a soft word. Wholesome, soft. Booba-tober. Booba. Yeah, to be fair, I do also have the habit of putting like on the end of like words, like booba. Oh my god, it's shifty Viola. I don't know why, but the on the end of words. Boob is better. It's just a nice soft word. We like tits, but boob is such a friendly word. It's a good friendly word. Booba. Mind the mod fire skate where they talk about the Woody and Titty. Oh dear. Maybe it's on the Bob. It could. Bobs. Oh dear. To be fair, it could be lots of things because there's so many different ways to say booba. Boob. Badonka donka. You got tits. Obviously breast. Yesterday we had breasticles. Which is just adding more ickles to breasts. Why is being productive so difficult? It really is. You know what? You're right. It is. Being productive hard. Oh dear. I don't know. I don't know why being productive is hard. But you're right. Oh dear. Have you had enough ice cream?
Memories. Yeah, I think ice cream might be the reason, Shifty. If you haven't had your daily dose of ice cream, maybe you're lacking in the ice cream nutrients. You know, vitamin ice cream. I think vitamin ice cream helps with productivity, right? Oh dear. And headaches definitely do not help. Being in pain does not help. Memories. True. Right, I did a birthday cake. Did you have any ice cream with it? But no ice cream with it. So you might be sufficient in birthday cake, but you might be deficient in ice cream. Maybe that's why. Got some ginger cake? Ooh, nice. Ice cream could be used as a replacement for vitamins. No, not as a replacement. It's just one of your vitamins. So you need to have all of the other vitamins as well. But then vitamin ice cream is also important. It's like an extra one. They don't talk about it very much, but you know, if you haven't had vitamin ice cream, I think that could be having an effect on your concentration. Am I saying all of this? Am I projecting because I want ice cream? Maybe. Potentially. Maybe I just want ice cream. I do. Keep watching Insomniacs and then I can't sleep, and this is fine. Oh no. Have you tried going out and taking pictures of the stars? Oh dear, but I added B12 into the ice cream. What's B12? What does B12 help with attention? Because that you don't want to overdose on attention. Well, maybe you do. So maybe. No, I want ice cream. I want ice cream too. I haven't. No, next time. Be like, sorry, housemates, I need to go and take pictures of the stars. Goodbye. I have no money. Yeah, ice cream's expensive. I think B12 is a spot on a bingo. You should get that vitamin. That's very important. Oh dear. Oh, you need to quickly go take some pictures of stars then. I was like, brain stuff? Oh, then that actually might be a useful vitamin. B12, along with some vitamin ice cream. You know, I hear that you've already had plenty of vitamin birthday cake, but, you know, keep an eye on that. You don't want that to drop too low. Oh dear. There we go. Oh, also, Shifty, Lionel lives in the bathroom now, and they're very cute. They're guarding the toothpaste. We have Lionel, guardian of the toothpastes. It's very cute. He also, because of the positioning, stares at you as soon as you walk in the door. Amazing, yeah! Lionel guards our toothpaste. He is a small duck with tentacles, very hecking cute. A little tentacle friend to protect our bathroom. I don't know what we're protecting our bathroom from, but like, we're protecting it. Our bathroom does feel more safe than it did before. Not that our bathroom ever felt unsafe, but like, comparatively, it feels more safe now. All right, I do have to end stream because I need to be done in like 5 minutes, and you know, rather than starting another thing, sorry, the music went a bit intense there. I figured I might send you to somebody else if that's okay. Spiders? Not really. I had a mosquito in the bathroom the other day. That's about all we've had. Like spiders in the rest of the house, but not so much in the bathroom. The bathroom hasn't really attracted too much. And although I lied, because we did have 2 crows come into the bathroom earlier this year, and I forgot about them. So actually, yes, we do need more protection. You ever had 2 crows walk in through your bathroom window and just come into the house? Big birds. Big birds, not very afraid of human. Big deal. We couldn't have any of the builders come over because there were crows in the house, and 2 of them, I took pictures and I put them in the Discord when it happened, because I was just like, I don't even know what to do about this. I've never had crows in the house before. Like, how do you even deal with that? So yeah. Sorry, I went on a bit of a tangent then. But actually, maybe our bathroom does need protecting, and it specifically needs protecting from the crows. Yes. Oh, you know who we could raid into? We could raid into Nyor. Nyor is... they must have just gone live, right? Yeah, they went live like an hour ago, and they're playing Beacon Pines. Well, let's go into there. We don't get to raid Nyor very often. You're welcome then, thank you. We did need protection from the crows. Yeah, they flew into our bathroom, and then they went up the house to the loft and got stuck. And, like, they were honestly terrifying because they have kind of big feet and stuff. And so, like... We had to go up with like shields of cardboard when we'd walk up to the loft, because otherwise they would like fall on you with their feet, and it was It was a mess. It was a mess. Eventually, Shiny like crept through without disturbing them, opened the window, boarded off the other half of the window that doesn't open because they kept flying into that. And then we just stayed downstairs for like 6 hours until they let themselves out of the house. It was an event. Thankfully, they're not with us anymore. They also shat everywhere. And by the way, did you know that bird poo basically turns to concrete if you leave it? Because I didn't know that, but I know that now because all the poo that they did, which they did a lot of, by the way, it just became like concrete on our floor. Sorry, this really went on a tangent. We're raiding into New York, by the way. A very sweet bean. They were here earlier. They're playing, it looks like a very heckin' cute game, maybe with some like slightly spooky vibes, but mainly just really, really cute. So I think you'll like it there. No more crows. We do not open the bathroom window large enough that a crow can get in anymore because we are afraid. You know, it has stayed with us. We're never doing that again. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow at my normal time. As long as everything goes well, I'll stream in the morning tomorrow. I am thinking of maybe doing an embroidery again later this week because I would like to embroider Garnet before the start of Boobtober, but we'll see how things pan out. Otherwise, grab a raid call if you fancy and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Oh dear, what a tangent. Dun 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 dun.